Hello, everyone. My camera's gone weird. Oh my good lord! What's
Like your face.
Oh, God's sake. My camera's just gone dark because I've had something underneath it because the angle was weird. Anyway,
Underneath the camera.
yes, underneath the legs of my little keyboard wire. Anyway, ESL Weekly Cup time. Hello, Nick. How are you? You right?
My camera is doing weird stuff as well because for some reason I've got autofocus on, which makes me go all hipster movie like.
Okay.
Wait, I need to fix that.
That's fine.
There we go. Autofocus. Go away.
Woohoo! Sorted. It's like pointed at my chest. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll see you. Wait to see you very soon. We've only just got here. You'll see us
Yeah.
now. Why not? Hey ho.
Welcome guys
indeed,
to the
yeah.
Weekly Cup.
Weekly Cup. We got. Let's see who we've got this evening in our brackets. We have the return of Car Crash, but called Car Crashed. This looks like
They are not in the process of crashing anymore. They are already crashed. There's debris everywhere.
Yeah, it crashed big time.
You
Big
have
time
one.
crash.
You have one lonely tire comically rolling across the scenery.
Like a tumbleweed kind of thing.
Yep.
I suppose that works. That works. We're gonna, but we do have.
See, Jebro wanted this to be a bit more
I know.
serious.
Well, yeah, I actually.
But I
consider
rebel against that
he is
decision.
rebelling. Anyway, we have Car
I
Crash,
do not.
Scouting for Nodes, Everest Pirates, Celerius Esports, Medea Crisis, Nothing Personal,
Mid-air? Isn't that mid-air?
Mid-Air, or well, Mid-Air as in, well, if there was a space, it would be Mid-Air. But there's no. Nothing Personal. A team
Or a
called
dash.
Games, actually. Quaggins with grenades. Wow.
Games? Isn't that copyrighted?
Maybe. Everest Crocodiles versus Random Pugs, which is the series we're going to take now. And then we've got Vermillion in the bottom. So, if you're a betting man... Wow. Wow.
No,
The PM,
no.
Nick.
Ignore that.
The
Ignore that.
PM. Oh my good lord. Really? Let's just go into the game because you're annoying me.
Yeah.
That was
Holy
very
crap.
good though. That was very good. I'm surprised I didn't come up with that actually. Okay, so first of all we're going to go over the red team. That's going to be Crocodiles for today. Let's go have a look at what they're running. Oh wow, okay. A little bit of a difference here. Of course, we have got the new expansion that just came out, so we're going to be seeing a lot of builds today. Probably things we haven't seen yet, and actually things that maybe you haven't seen either. So I'm looking forward to going through these builds and determining what that is exactly. Looks like, pardon me, we got first of all, we got Maxi, who's going to be playing a Bunker Guardian by the looks of things, but he's going for a sword offhand focus with the Mason offhand shield, and he's going for the Minstrel's amulet as well.
That's quite cool. Bunker Guarding without a staff. No line of warding.
And he's going for Dragon Hunter here as well. So he's going for Piercing Light with the traps for the extra days there. He's going for Hunter's Determination there as well, getting that extra Aegis. And then Hunter's Fortification, so remove conditions when blocking attacks. That's actually pretty nice. Not going for the block heal though. That might be quite useful with that, but he's going for the traps there.
It kind of leaves him fairly open to being bursted. Just not having shelter is one less cooldown where you can just go, no, I'm not gonna die now.
Yeah, same with, like renewed focus as well. He's going to be more susceptible, but the reason I would, well, he's not gone for altruistic healing here either, obviously going for honor and virtues. The reason he's probably not doing that is because we've probably got a druid, which is exactly what we've got over here. So he's going for druid, he's also going for wilderness survival and nature magic there as well. Obvious reasons. Lingering light is very, very strong in this line. The blind with the heal, as soon as they're doing a lot of healing, that 3-second cooldown is kind of ridiculous. And of course, he's making that noise because he really loves annoying me. So I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. Jesus. But anyway, he's gone into, like I said, wilderness survival. So going for the extra res. There you go. Allies Aid is very, very strong for reviving as well. So very tanky, as he's also going for the Minstrel's rune there with the rune of exuberance. And that's the extra vitality, of course. And the vitality converted into healing power. Now I get 560 on top of that, but you can see his healing pass, that is quite high as well. This is looking quite interesting, bonkery kind of so far, but then let's jump over to the Revenant, and we've got Marauders with strength right here, with the sword, shield, and the staff, of course. Very sustainable build as well, but he's gone for the devastation version of this build, and with the Herald, of course, and he's going for Mr. Shiro and Mr. Dragon as well. Mr. Dragon, couldn't call it an
Hurts like hell, is quick and sustainy.
Yeah, with the added fact that they added that 5-second cooldown on the phased reversal as well now, so that's good, you know, balancing it a little bit. So we were promised these balance changes, and it looks like we're starting to get a bit of balance before we come up to Pro League, which is very, very important. So it's good to see him coming out with this build. A lot of sustainability through the utilities here in the Dragon stance, of course, getting Swiftness, Swiftness Fury, and of course some extra Might stack as well. Some ICC coming out from Chaotic Release, as well as getting extra protection from that. So let's jump over towards the Lord, who is going to be playing, probably is going to be playing DP Thief. He is indeed. But he's going for the Rune of the Daredevil there, Nick, actually. Next attack is guaranteed to crit after completing a dodge roll while in combat. Wow. Okay.
That's actually pretty damn good, even if you're not a Daredevil.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that could work for a lot.
Yeah,
toughness.
You've basically got an intelligence sigil there, just on your dodge.
Yeah, that's a
pretty good
way of describing it, actually. It's a very good way of describing it. So he's going for trickery, he's going for deadly arts, and he's going for shadow arts here, of course, as well as going for execution up and not going for improvisation here. And then we've got Eve, who looks like will be going for the meditation trap guardian there as well. He's going to be going for Lombo, of course, but with the hammer here, so not as much defense, but a lot of CC control. That's a really good idea, actually, man. Like if he meditates onto a target and pulls down the hammer, he's got some extra control to make sure he's going to keep them in those tracks. So that's actually a very, very good idea. I've not seen that much. We've only casted one tournament so far, but that's actually a really, really interesting mix-up. And also going for, makes sense, Rune of the Trapper. Getting 10 seconds of stealth when using a trap skill. Wow, that's going to be horrible. And obviously,
not
you know,
sure how useful that's going to be.
I'm not sure about the stealth. Yeah, it might be a bit odd. But he might be able to combine his traps up. Also get some lockdown CC with this hammer as well. This is the problem, isn't it, with this build? A little bit gimmicky, kind of almost trying to get the one shot off. But if he can get the hammer, then he's got some utility to lock down some of the team members. So you know he can lock down the people to make sure they stay in the area. So the traps come back up. We're going to quickly go over Maze. No, Maze has already been done. Yeah. Apologies about that. You know,
really quick, we've got a Berserker Dragon Hunt, Berserker Marauders Dragon Hunter. We've got a Druid. We've got a Celestial Elixir Engineer. We've got a Chronomancer and Kronos on the Daredevil. That's going to be the same build as on the other side.
The Daredevil is on the rev, but I think that's...
Oh, yeah. That is what I meant. Herald, to be exact.
That's the one. So we're coming over for an early cross coming out from the blue team. It looks like they're going to get trapped here right in the offset as we go into the perspective of the Hammer Dragon Hunter on the other side at the moment. He's going to try and lock him down with that hammer there. He does, in the end, get that lockdown. He's stuck a bit for a moment, but not getting off any of those traps, actually. And he's going to be actually okay, left in a 1v1 on that node. But the Thief may be thinking about +1ing that fight to get it over and done with quickly.
I'm surprised that mid is still alive. Well, alive thus far. Kronos going for the stomp here as we have the reinforcements yet to come. First one was interrupted. The second one's going to come through. Can he make it on point fast enough? Yes, he can. So now we have Eve on there. Putting out the traps already. Good damage on Kronos, but he should have enough damage to sustain. And I think that was the Assassin's Heal there.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment he's got the Dragon as ready to do some CC if he needs to. We can see that Gravity, I believe that was Gravity Well that we saw coming out as well. Just need to double check that's where he's running. He is indeed. He's using his shift there, actually gets the Gravity Well back up. And that would be really useful in this fight, actually. But he's going to pile on the pressure, has indeed used that again. And we're going to be able to see a lot of kills coming out for the blue team. The Gravity Well recharge on that continuum split there. Good job from the Mesmer on the blue team. And that's going to be a considerable wipe on the side of red. with Maze over here on this mine point. Still doing okay, thankfully for him, keeping the point contested. Red team do come out of their spawn now, so blue team needs to try and push to...
Oh, but red team is playing this a bit more safe. They're pushing out of the other side of the gate and basically leaving Miyazi there to die. We have 4 people grouped up. We had a bit of a stealth going on, but that should be spotted by Kranox soon enough. He knows 3 people at least are coming to the far node. Oh, and 1 actually went past him already. I think he didn't notice that the same as I did. But he is on point and he has some survival mechanics and people should be able to get to him soon enough, especially because this block is so ridiculously long.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, he gets Fuse actually there and does actually get stunned for quite a while. I was trying to see the burst coming out here by the red team, but Cutie comes onto point as well. Drops down the trap, and that really negates a lot of damage coming out from the team there. Blue team picking up a free cap quite early in this first game of the series, the ESL Weekly Cup number 102. And actually, we see Krevox is in a lot of... That's really weird to put in that. Really a lot of trouble at the moment, but we know for Revenant, that's probably not too bad, as he just turns around and smashes the Guardian in the face with his staff there, and just does some AoE cleave to make sure he goes into the downstate. We do have the stealth potential to come up with the res here. Too much cleave is going to force the thief away. We are going to see the extra res potential coming out from Maxi here. He does try and come out of it. It's so close to getting up, and Maxi, for his troubles, goes into the downstate as well.
Some of you might have seen on the minimap that I'm kind of questioning the decision of the Druid 1v1 going on over on mine. I'm not exactly sure how, but somehow he actually got the decap out of that, so it might have paid off a bit more. This is just going to be an endless 1v1 until we see the +1 coming out from probably Jericho there. But the respawn should also not be forgotten. We have 4 down again. That's 4 people that could just funnel into this mine node, so they need to be prepared for that. Kranox already, you see the positioning. We have 1 on the keep. We have Kranox watching the beach here. He can already see if they're moving in. No, he does not see them, meaning they need to be really, really careful over on the mine node.
Yeah, he's in a good position to spot those bosses, like you say.
Screw careful, they're full on.
They're just going for it now. They know that probably this game could be lost at the moment. It's looking a bit bleak. They're not getting these guys in the cooldowns they want them to at the moment, and by that I mean probably Eve isn't able to get a lot of his damage off. The Revenants are doing a good job at avoiding a lot of that damage, and we are going to see, we did see the downstate very, very briefly, but does get raised back up here as well. The Druid is in a good position now to actually team support his team rather than being in that 1v1. Obviously good to be in the 1v1 anyway, as long as he gets the decap, which has happened, but they've not been able to capitalize on the rest of the map as of yet, as red team are dropping very low here. Loco is going low himself, does pull out that shield of course to give himself some defense as well to stay on node, bringing out that heal. It's getting attacked. He's going to gain a lot of regeneration, but he's still focused massively. Tries to pull out a staff number 5 to CC and knock back around the body. In the end, goes down himself. We can see 2 downstate, completely finished players here. But red team grabbed a capture point. Gone to mid here as well. Good job.
Yeah, we've got 1 over to mid. That's actually going to be the full cap there. Only issue is it's not going to stay that way. Morgul, run, run. You're going to be dead in a second if you don't. He can rather +1 the fight over on the far node here, because there we have a 1v1 going on. We saw the decap coming out. Is this just the decap Druid? I've heard a lot of stories about the perma lockdown capabilities.
Yeah, I mean he's got the dog there, can fear the guy off point, but I actually think, I wasn't looking at the map at the time, but I think he actually just got to the point. Blue team takes
no. It was the start of a 1v1 when it was still capped.
Okay, fair enough. It looks like he used a combination of fears and also CC to just drive him off node, so good job in the end from him. Obviously, you know, the ref kind of has a lot of evading attacks as well, and might have lost the cap that way as well. We are going to see
comes out right now. The Dragon Hunter here should really run for his life. Do not waste your life before your friends can come.
You had that life tips there.
It is precious. It is precious.
Team get
well, the Druid got a little bit bored. We saw Morgul having a quick check there, maybe hoping that he was able to steal. Came a bit too late to the party. Now focusing his endeavors on mid, and we have the first engage from Miyazi. He's going on point. course, giving them already a bit of sustain, a bit more safe for Morgul to move in. I'm surprised it's only 2 people. Why is Maxi all the way down there? Why do we have a Guardian pushing on towards there? It's a Dragon Hunter, no less, but still, don't push on the far node. Try and get that mid node here.
I love what Yurika's doing here as well. He's using that continuing shift very well at the moment. Look at the Druid, he's really hanging around his... He's doing a good job of sustaining, but no one can come to his rescue or try to +1 him in different situations well enough that they can actually do anything here. Yurika knows that they've won the game and there's no point in trying to take down that Druid. It's difficult for the red team to really come into the game at all. Not able to get anything out of the cap points whatsoever, and kind of starting to make a little bit of a potential comeback later in this first game by actually just, you know, blue team just overextending and going to one node, getting the kills, but not really knowing what's going on in the rest of the map. In a pretty good position to do that, to be honest.
I'm really not sure how I feel about the... Well, actually, I am pretty sure that I don't feel good about the Druid going off to the far node and seeking the 1v1s. That's a bit of wasted potential. That could be better used in the group fights to just get little bit of sustain, a little bit of chaos into the group fights with the CC. Like, he is getting the decaps, but at what cost? And we kind of have people all over the place. They are splitting up a bit too much. I think they had a couple of wipes, but they shouldn't get discouraged to try and get the decaps, especially when the blue team seems to be going a bit overconfident and trying to push too much, meaning they could easily, without any fancy rotating, get an outnumbered situation if they just committed to a team fight.
They were doing okay, but I think they get... seems to get... I don't know, they try and go for the res and they really, really commit to them, right? So that offers up the opportunity for a lot of cleave to come out from blue team, but the problem is that, you know, this Dragon Hunter, if he's got cooldowns up, like, they need to be really aware of when that trap is up or down, because if they go in for that res and he's got that trap up and the Mesmer's got gravity well, they're dead. There is no way they're surviving that. They need to either CC around the corpse themselves, like to make sure that they've potentially got a Dragon Hunter in that fight as well, so that they can anti-damage. What's the word I'm trying to come up with here? So they're trying to, you know, they
describe the situation to me, Jebro.
Just what I did. You know, they're going in for the res.
Yeah.
The blue team are coming in. They're going to cleave. They've got so much cleave. They've got gravity well. They've got, you know, the trap from the Dragon Hunter as well. But red team need to do exactly the same around the corpse to make sure they can get the res up. Because at the moment, they're getting destroyed in these team fights because they can't res. They just cannot res at all.
Yeah, just as you mentioned, take this as an opportunity to counter cleave.
Yes, that's exactly what the word I was looking for. Counter.
Didn't you even use that?
I think I did.
Well, we can take the opportunity of them still waiting to ready up to have a quick look at the builds. We see the Chronomancer coming out. We've got Gravity Wall, as we've seen plenty in the game before.
And well of Precognition, like that one.
Precognition, yeah.
Let's see what he's going for. Yeah, he's going for dueling and domination there.
Ah, okay. Thought you already moved on to the next one, because I don't think we have too much time until they're ready up. Then we have the Druid. He's going for the 2-glyph approach, which we've seen quite often, going for strength of the pack. Then we have the sword, torch, and the staff, together with the rune of the Druid. The new profession, or rather specialization, specific runes really seem to be doing their work here. At least they seem to be the prime choice of a lot of people. Then we have Spokatek. He's going for the Hammer Celestial Scrapper. Going for the Scrapper line. We have the Elixir Gun, Elixir Beast Slick Shoes, and that good old-fashioned Sneak Gyro, which pretty much everyone is going for.
It's beautiful, man. It's so good because Like, even though
You're
you
loving
think,
it, aren't you?
I really am, because even if you're a Marauder and you use this, it gives you so much sustain in terms of your survival. It's just ridiculous. When I say sustain, I just mean he can stay alive very easily. And the fact that he's going for inventions and alchemy, he is ridiculously tanky. He's got mecha legs. He's got these self-regulating defenses. He's got another heal if he wants to go for it, although he's going for auto defense bomb dispenser there. But, you know, very tanky. Elixirs, elixir gun. He's building might as well every time.
And one last thing I want to point out is that we've got the Berserker Amulet on Kranox. We've often seen Marauders chosen in this build, but I approve of that choice. You just have too much defense mechanism to not just go completely crazy on the aggressive scale.
If you're gonna go ham. That's what we say. And actually, having the Zerker, I mean, it almost didn't pay off. Because mid, he almost gets completely owned in the face from the Treb. Massive Treb shot from the red team into mid from the Thief, and that's going to be really, really good. And we're going to see a lot of dodging, evading of those traps.
One pretty interesting thing now, Kranox is approaching this team fight with half HP. That's kind of the issue. You need to get out of combat as the as this Herald, because you don't have any heal that actually just heals you. You have a heal that heals you when you attack, and you have a heal that heals you when you are being attacked. If you're just standing there, you've got nothing.
Yeah, he gets, in the end, he does get, that's what he just leg it back up to the fight right now. He's okay at the moment. He has been able to jump over to the trap quickly and take that out. He's PvPing hard as he's got the full armor there. Thought I'd just point that out. I know Kranox likes his PvE as well. Gravity well over on the midpoint now as well. Gets no, I'm not sure how much effect that had there, although he is going to take down Maze there, and he's going to go into the downstate full death. We can see Locker as well. I do think we had the recharge there from the... Yeah, we did. We had the split coming out from Yuriki. He was able to get another one out, almost thinking of going for a cheeky portal stop there as well. This man is on it this evening. Wow.
I feel like they're not going to hesitate at all. They're just going to move into the far point. They might need to be careful with some people. Okay, really? Going into the mid fight now. We get a good bit of damage on QT here. He may be able to be taken out, but Kranox on the side, he's just too much of a danger to go for this 1v1 right now. Especially, do you really want to go for a 1v1 against the Dragon Hunter as a thief?
Just like that.
Do you? No, you can, but it's gonna be stressful, and they might want to focus their endeavors rather on the close point.
Yeah, at the moment it's still fairly even. Blue team are really stretching ahead now, just getting the kills as well as red team members do start to come back into their close points and potentially take that. Versus the Druid as well. It doesn't feel like you said, I mean, Loco can avoid a lot of that damage. Maybe they can leave him in that situation for a little bit of time here. Over on the other side of the map, again, we do see... we're seeing, actually, people are getting their traps down. Like, a lot of the Guardians, a lot of people seem to be learning the tells for this and making sure they're able to dodge a lot of this damage. Although the Lord does go down here in the end. Eevee is very low himself. Just tries to jump dodge using that second virtue, of course, the new virtue, which gives him a nice leap with his heal. But in the end, caught in that elite trap from the Guardian there as well. And he's going to be taken right out of that side.
By the way, slight side note here, we've got Morgul switch over to the Daredevil, and he's going for Sword Dagger.
Aha.
Not sure that pays off.
I'll have to wait. Well, how much evasion have you got with that?
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
a lot of people just immediately go to the Daredevil in a combination with the Sword Dagger, but it's...
Too much evasion? To the point where you're just dancing around most of the time?
No, I mean, remember back to the time when the Sword Dagger was actually played. You pretty much had a decent perma-evade going on anyways without going into Daredevil. And you... I don't know, it seems like people go over the top with the dodging and just completely forget the team fighting in that. I don't think it makes the most sense out of the Daredevil possibilities.
No, that makes. I understand what you're saying. Too much evade, not enough focus on the damage. Maybe he's feeling like he needs it in the moment because they're getting taken out all over the shop. Midpoint again, Maze has gone down, stayed the Lord Mogul as well. Blue team are having fun on this map. They are doing a lot of damage to these guys. We are seeing the red team have got 100 points so far. Even Kranox coming out with the there as well as we come into. Just going to take Loka down there, unfortunately. And blue team are wrecking face on this map at the moment, Nick. For,
we had a decent start. But right now again they're in a situation where the blue team is just going to relentlessly push into the node and trying to get the follow-up kill before the respawn is even there. Still got 2 people down, one the druid trying to go for the respawn. It's already 4 people here. The sole engineer staying back, having to look after 2 places at once. And now we've got 2 people incoming, so that's going to be pretty much one short decap. What is he going to go for? No one from the far node is falling back, so they're really hung up on the kills here. I think they're pretty secure in. They're pretty confident that they're going to win this. So right now they're not really playing to their optimal rotations.
No, not at all. I mean, the engineer is going to be able to stay here for a good amount of time, unless he gets feared off. Nice fear, actually. He gets knocked back there. Good job from the druid, of course, over on this point. So we're seeing how he's getting those decaps. Very nice from himself, of course. Blue team able to come back into mid now, as well as the thief is on top of the rafters of this building at the moment. And obviously Viper grabbing that point over on this windmill node as well. Red team looking to come back into this game, looking like it might be a little bit difficult for them as they start to come out of the spawn and just dip their heads back in towards the mansion and towards mid here. It's still contested, but I think they're doing that on purpose. Feels like they were just drawing them into mid, but Kranox is here alone. We do have the Guardian here as well. They're trying to lock Kranox down now. They should be able to get this kill fairly quickly. We do know there is a lot of evades that come out from the Revenant, and he does get put down into that trap now as well with the Hammer 5, which comes out from Eve. And they really need to try and take Kranox down. Rest of the support comes out from the blue team. They should be able to survive this, actually.
Yeah, you saw them just completely damaging into the heal.
Yeah.
That's not really what you want to see. That's basically a complete reset there for him, and he had the cooldowns back up, could go back into the next block, just went off point.
The druid and then Viper comes into mid. Celestial Avatar. Team's fine. Red team's struggling once again. Where's their druid? He's on his own. That avatar form is so useful for those big team fights, and as soon as the blue team druid came in, they were almost fine again. But actually the pressure's still on Kranox, and red team's team fighting has got a little bit better here. Actually, we do see the traps coming out as well. Kranox drops a bit low, uses that third ability on the sword, which causes a lot of evade here.
This could be pretty good if they get the lockdown on Kranox. They just need to get him locked down somehow. No CC thus far. He has still a couple of abilities left. Can't switch yet. Is gonna switch over probably to the next line soon, but doesn't have the heal ready yet. Has a bit of block going on, but this is really taking long. Also the support from the teammates is keeping him alive. And now, look, he moved to the side and almost no focus is left on him. Where's the target? Do you guys not have a target?
As soon as that shield block comes out, he goes down now. As soon as that shield block comes out, though, sometimes it's just like, leave him alone.
Oh, the knockback is good. They're actually going to get him back up, and it took so much work to get him down in the first place. The follow-up is good, because people spent quite a bit on that res, and we also have the trebuchet going on. That's good for the mid-fight, especially if they're all good, but are they going to get the next? No, just barely. A little bit of damage back. We've got the trebuchet coming in. That brought the knockback, but they need to find someone else. We've got the druid trying to move on and get the decap, but Viper is behind him. QT as well. If QT gets on point, that's going to be rather difficult. They should try and get a quick burst on Viper, but well, druid.
Well, druid, there is that thing. Lord Morgul goes for the decap over on Mansion. Good job from him. Still got the 2v2 happening over towards this node. 2v1, sorry, happening over towards this node on the mid node as well. Let's have a look back over on Windmill, see what's going on. Blue team are pushing red away at present with Locker in a lot of trouble as well. Trying to get the knockback with the Elite Dragon ability. Doesn't get it in the end. Unable to mitigate a lot of damage from himself. He was trying to CC and control his way out of that. And we're probably going to see a cheeky portal stomp coming out from Mr. Eureka there as he uses it to go back towards mid. Pulls out a nice shadow combo as well as possibly using that gravity well, which he does pull out in the end. Does get trapped in the node, and Maze is probably going to be the end of him, but he's in that Celestial Avatar form. Lockdown comes from the Guardian on the 5th bow skill, which really... The CC that is available to teams at the moment, Nick, is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, but he's even got a nice cop here. Liking this.
Yeah, it's also a tiny bit more offensive. Well, to a degree. At least you've got the mental revenant going on.
The mental.
The mental anguish as well. Well, do we? No, we don't.
No, we don't know.
No, we've got power block.
Damn it.
Almost getting
Almost.
a punner.
Sorry.
But your pun is not supported by facts. How dare you?
I know. And that's the ultimate of the pun. The ultimate of the pun. The signature.
What? Signature of the pun is it's completely not being based on facts?
I don't know. Shouldn't say that. Anyway, let's get back over towards the mention now as we take a look at the teams and how it's going for red. Obviously, they have lost this. They have not given up, though, whatsoever. And they've done... we've seen some promising things to come out from this team. You know, they're not... at the moment, it's very, very difficult because this is the expansion. We don't know what's going to be used finally at the moment. It feels like we have had someone from the team leave. They know they've lost the game.
It also feels like they have some issue with really getting their focus right. Honestly, so someone leaves the cleave, someone leaves the team fight, and they seem to be just fine. They don't need to put on any flashy escapes or so. They just walk off to the side, and out of sight, out of mind, it appears.
Yeah, I mean, when that block is used from on the shield from the Revenant, like, that is what they need to jump on him again. Because I know he's getting it through his traits, he's getting the cooldown, like, you know, an Elixir X proc as well, but... So he's got two of them, right? So they need to make sure they keep the burst on him, and especially when he's had that skill burst coming out again, they need to make sure they're on him, because if he gets that back up again, it's going to take a while for him to go down. And someone's made a good point, actually, in the chat. You know, stability is more important than ever, which is probably a very, very good point to make.
I think people need to get used to that first.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, we haven't had like constant stability used for a while now, which is... People have access to it, like Revenants on dodge, engineers using their gyro, of course, as well. Flamethrower, not that they're going to do that. But, you know, people have a way to get stability, but, you know, I think that person in chat is very correct, that we will see more people using stability in future. Or, you know, just as much burst as they possibly can, so they've not even got a chance to use their CC, so why the hell not? But control is the name of the game today. We're going to jump to a quick break. We'll be back very soon to see what next we will bring you. I'm just going to check to see if we've got any results popping up. Going to do a gem code giveaway as well today in a bit, so make sure you're following the channel for that. But yeah, it's going to be 400 gems, which you can grab for yourself.
Gems, you say?
Oh, gems. Oh, gems.
What can you do with these magical gems?
Buy stuff.
Buy stuff?
Not a burger or anything, unless you want to convert it to gold and buy some hamburgers.
Maybe you'll find a McDonald's employee that is really keen on your ores too.
Yeah, that's true. And just swap it. Yeah, you could do that. Okay, we're going to jump into a break for now, because I think we're going to try and bring Car Crash versus Everest Pirates, if possible. It might have started already, but we're going to see what's going on. Otherwise, we'll see you very soon. We could actually see Random Pugs versus Vermillion. That might also be a good one. So if you've got a specific thing you want to watch, I think we've got things starting all over the shop, so that might be the next one we go for. But otherwise, we'll see you very soon. Hello everyone, welcome back to the ESL Weekly Cup. It's mainly because, Nick, I had my mute mic muted. Wow, Jesus Christ, talking is hard.
The brain fail. I love it.
That's true.
I love it.
Been drinking too much, you know, water.
Okay, good that you added the water.
Yeah, I've got loads of water.
Otherwise, I would have criticized your professionalism.
No, Nick's drinking tea out of his smiley face cup as well.
Nope, not tea, coffee.
Coffee, okay. So we're going to go straight into game and have a look at what's going downtown with Vermillion versus Random Pugs. And I forgot to note as well, the last game we had Crocodiles versus Small Pugs.
Crocodile Dundee.
Vermillion, yes. Versus Small Dogs.
Not really a smart remark, just nonsense from me, as always.
Okay, we're going to jump over towards this red team now. Curve going to be going for the, my god, Dragon Hunter here. We've, I've heard of
He's going to be playing your god.
My god, well he could be.
You-
I guess Dragon Hunter is a bit like a god. In some occasions.
Really?
Rune of the Trapper there, going for the Marauder Amulet, of course, as well as the Sword Shield with the Longbow, of course, as well, going for Air and Fire on the Longbow. And then he's also going to go outside the game. So we're going to jump over towards Snowball. He's going for this Auromancer, okay, so he's going to be going for Tempest there, going for Air and also Earth, but he's going into Stoneheart rather than going for the Diamond Skin, because he's going to be coming up against a lot of burst from Eureka, and also from the Rev, and also from the Dragon Hunter, and most of their team, other than Spooker and the Druid that we saw before as well, so that's advantageous in the Fresh Air trait as well as the bottom trait. So Unstable Conduit there as well for the auras, gaining stability there, which is very, very it's going to be important for his overloads, of course, and then also for the auras that apply healing. So he's going to be this is what we're calling it Auromancer, because he's getting a lot of auras coming out from this build, which produce healing support for his team.
That's the first one we've seen in competitive match, isn't it?
In EU.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, yeah, an A. There's always an A. Interesting what? Pictures?
No, we might have a little bit of a connection issue. I'm not too sure.
No.
I have to wait and see on that one. Someone uploaded something. Oh wow, okay. Oh. Not too sure what's going on. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse.
Slideshow can be fun.
Looks like it's settling down now, so it's not oh god. Okay, so this
You
could
mean
be fun.
Dragon Hunter?
It's probably the Dragon Hunter or something now. It's just causing me some lag issues. It'll be fairly interesting. I'm not sure if it's coming up on stream.
Dragon
actually.
Hunter
I haven't
interrupted your internet connection. Oh no.
Oh dear. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. If it gets really, really bad, I will have to just quickly go to a break and check out who's downloading what in my house. But we've seen obviously the blue team builds there. Triffin is playing. He's playing DP. Is he going for Trickery, Shadow Arts, and Deadly Arts? We know this build very well. He's going for the regular traits there, as well as utilities, as well as Blinding Powder, Alcor. Let's go for Druid. He's playing Sharpbow normally, but maybe he feels this is the more sustaining support build here. We saw Rom switching over to Druid as well. So yeah, that's good, looking good for him.
Yeah,
Going for the Druid there.
All those shouty warriors suddenly got a little bit calmer, found their green thumb.
He's going for Beast Mastery though. The defense there as well. Let me just see. I'm just going to kind of mini AFK, we're leaving it on the Druid screen. If you want to talk about that for a moment with the traits, then I might be able to sort out my connection very quickly.
But nah, I'm just gonna go on with the blue team, so that we can actually get started. I don't care if you guys can see it. I can tell you what it is. On the blue side, on Pucks. What? You back? Wait, is he gone now? I don't care. On the blue team, we have Viper Druid. Very interestingly spelled. We've got the Sword Torch, as we've seen in the last game as well. He's going to be Druid with 2 glyphs. Got the Shout. He's on Beast Mastery, Nature Magic, and Druid. And we have Spock Attack. Is he staying on that same build we've seen before? It's Hammer Celestial. Yes, it is. We have the Elixir Gun going on. Elixir Beast, Slick Shoes, and that Sneak Gyro. Jurica Blues. He's going to be the Chronomancer. For the team, we've got Marauder and Strength. Great Sword, Sword Porch, and then going for Dueling and Domination, so also stayed the same, no real reason to change the running system, I guess. Carnock's on the Daredevil. He is still very, very aggressive. Why am I always calling the Revenant Daredevil? What is wrong in my head? Some weird connection.
I've never seen Carnock's playing Thief, let alone Daredevil.
No.
I'm back now. Sorry about that.
Very often, when I say Daredevil, I think it is more likely that I misspoke and meant Revenant than it is actually seeing a Daredevil.
I don't want to sound like I'm correcting you, but it's a big difference.
Well, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. That's kind of how it goes with corrections.
Yeah, that's
Anyways,
true.
Daredevil going for Invocation, Devastation, and Herald. So it's not. It's Daredevil. No, I'm broke. I'm done. He's a Revenant. He's a Herald, to be exact. Does damage. Has assassins. Let's go over to Cutie, and he's on the Dragon Hunter. He's going Marauder, so not really that aggressive. I want to see an Assassin's Dragon Hunter. But we've still got the two meditations going on. Tests of Faith in there, Purification Trap, and the Renewed Focus. A lot more safe with that Renewed Focus. I still think you should probably stick with the Shelter on the Dragon Hunter. Might be personal preference.
Yeah, true. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. That heal is pretty bursty. I mean, you get a lot of burst healing out of it, so maybe they're thinking about getting the heal quickly so I can just get back into the fight. As we come back into the rest of this map. I didn't take a look at RG actually to see which amulet he's using. He's going for Marauder there, so he's gone full ham. Over on the mine node, who is here as well as going for an elixir gun there. So
oh, Kranox already caught out on his way over to keep. Oh, and that pull comes in. Kranox down, no one there to rest. We have the immobilizing Skytech. Skytech? That looked like Skytech. What's his actual name? No, Spockertech. Really? Skytech? I'm imagining things again. But that's a good start, a good opener to this team fight. No real follow-up target yet. They're trying to get the damage on Curve here.
Nice.
Run.
Almost. I mean, the Mesmer's really sneaked up on him there. Pulls out the gravity well as well, and not able to make the best out of that. Unfortunately, in the end, pulls out Blurred Frenzy to make sure he's not going to get attacked more on the side. The point there, pops up a blink up top. Still got his portal available if he should need to use that, which is probably going to be the case here. Oh my god! Drops and loses a bit of HP there as well, unfortunately. He's going to be taken down over on that side.
Jumping in from the side, the first stomp failed due to the downside ability. Didn't we have someone? No, that was an illusion. No one's coming to his rescue. He could have actually just left him there. Bought a bit more time. Now the damage is supposed to be turned on Kronos again.
They're not on the Dragon Hunter.
Abilities.
Yeah, there you go. Pulls out the shield block now. That's not his cooldown, of course. That's his actual ability, but he still drops very low there as Triffin comes in and Curve long ranging as well. And then we come and see the support coming out from Snowball. Good job. I'm loving this Auramancer, man. It's actually quite fun to play, but he's not going with all the auras. He's gone with Lightning Flash as well to get him out of jail free. And we're going to see the sustained 1v1 fight as Viper is still 1v1 versus RG as well. Eureka comes into, but with some potential burst damage as RG drops into Elixir S there. Just need to recheck his trait lines. He didn't actually do that. He has gone into Alchemy and Inventions, which gives him a lot of sustain, but still going for Marauders as well. So doing a good job here on this side of the point map, but he needs to get some support. Triffin comes in from the side, just in a bit of a sneaky way. Jericho tries to do some extra damage, goes into his Contanium, goes into the split, sorry. He does pull out the Blurred Frenzy there as well, actually. Just trying to take out Triffin on the side while they actually take out RG on node.
But this is kind of what it should have looked in the last game. We had a lot of focus on Kranox, but they never succeeded to get him down. They never got any lockdown. They kind of just let him go once he was in block or something. Didn't really keep their focus going. But here you see them going aggressive and Kranox folds really quickly. He has this couple of cooldowns that make him basically invulnerable for a couple of seconds, but once that is done, fairly similar to what the Meditation Guardian used to be, maybe a bit better in terms of sustain. But Kranox, especially on the Assassins, should be, not Assassins, on the Berserker, should be very, very susceptible to a lot of burst damage.
They're trying to get this guy down as well as they move over towards the midpoint, and they really need to because they've lost Cutie and they're being slowed down here, and I don't feel like Alcor's going to die anytime soon, to be honest. He's got his heal coming up fairly soon as well. He can, this might be okay. He's actually going to turn around and try and even face tank some of the damage coming from Kranox. But he's going towards Snowball, which is a great place to go. It's just a little bit easier to maybe burst down the Elementalist now, but to be honest, you know, when the Elementalist and the Druid are together, this ain't going to be a good place for the blue team to remain. And we're going to see Curve popping in there with a couple of traps as well. Does a ton of damage on node. Really locks them down with that Hunter's Ward as well. Good job from him and the team drawing those blue team members over to the point, which really, you know, they suckered them into that then, just then. Good job from those guys.
Yeah, this Also, this advancement towards the henge feels a bit like a mistake. QT gone down already. We have 4 people gathered around here. Even though that's a close one and you're gonna have the respawn, that's gonna be kills faster than you can respawn against. Granox committing to that res. Storm comes through. He almost goes down. Of course, has his brilliant abilities to basically bring him back up to full health again. Still a couple of blocks going on. Can't use his second heal because he can't really go damage. He needs to go defensive. Spock attack for the rest. Tries to commit to it. Half HP down already. Needs to abort. Needs to get out of there. But I think that was already a bit too late. He is in Elixir S. But with a little bit of follow-up, they bring him down on the side as well and can let them both bleed out. Really have a good time going on into the next team fight.
Yeah, they're not easy decap here as well from RG over on the side. Tries to build up some vulnerability stacks onto the Dragon Hunter there. QE doesn't get many in the end. Obviously, we have seen that lockdown comes out as well. Good job to put that onto RG, but he's going to be able to block a lot of that incoming damage. We're going to see here QE trying to sustain long on point, but now Triffin comes into this from the side. Just almost takes him out there. We can see second virtue used by the Dragon Hunter there as he just dips out of that fight. And now he's going to have to use his stability as well to make sure he does remain in a standing position. But we might see decap mid. Oh no, Snowball does flash back on points. That's a good thing he got to use that. Red team free cap is strong as well. But Cranox, no, he's not able to keep him off node there, unfortunately.
Push into mid was decent, but that 2v2 is still going to go on. QT is trying to +1, but still pretty low on health. He needs to be very, very careful. Just auto attacks from Triffin could actually... Is he not in range? He could bring him down almost. Just turn around and do some damage. QT now gets the region from Spock attack on the side, and we need to basically see the escape of Archie there. He goes down in the water. Should, in theory, almost be drowning here.
Blue team grabbed the
Not going to go for the self-res. That would probably be a waste of time, especially because QT checks again.
Urika might get rezzed here over on the midpoint. He ported him closer to the Elementalist there, unfortunately. We're going to see Curve trying to jump and Meditation port up top. Gets it off. Kranox is trapped by those traps. Trapped by the traps. Really?
Why not?
We're going to see him just
That's what traps are for.
It is indeed. Pulling out that shield 5 skill as well to block a lot of that damage incoming towards him. Does reverse out of a lot of that damage as well. And is on his own in mid. 1v2 potentially as Curve goes over to just into the roads now to watch out for the split of the Mesmer, of course, see where he's going to, as we've got this fight happening currently over on the mine. Blue team not able to come into this game. They're on the other end of a thrashing this time round, as we see the Vermillion have taken the game at the moment 400 to 100 for random pugs presently.
And as we have a bit of a regroup already, Vermillion pushing into the point. There's good damage on RG. He's going to focus target. Not sure that's the best choice, to be honest. They get him back up. Curve there with a little bit of assistance from Triffin. They try to get on point, and RG might actually get the decap because they don't really seem to be that concerned with it. Oh, nice use of the slick shoes there. Gets the decap, keeps him off point, and now can play around with his defense mechanics a bit. But he might want to get assistance on that. They seem to be a bit dispersed and caught up in their own individual fights off point.
I think
but we don't really have the people that do the most damage on point.
I mean, this is one thing about this is you can see at the moment how much RG is surviving versus 2 people. He's surviving well versus an engineer, a Celi engineer, and the Druid. It's not too much damage on point, but it's still, you know, there's still got a lot of damage coming out versus a flipping guy in Marauder. And he's getting a lot of sustain through that those scrapper traits at present, as well as Kranos tries to get himself a little bit more HP by going into using that 5th skill on the shield, of course, trying to use some CC as well with the staff. But he gets locked down a bit here by the Thief, putting him into that immobilize as well. We are going to see Viper just coming in for the extra support in that Celestial form as well. We'll be able to draw them into a little bit of a fight here. They know they've lost the game, they're just drawing them into a little bit of a fight. It's going to be Vermillion taking this first game in the quarterfinals of the ESL Weekly Cup.
Looking on to the second, I think one thing that we're going to see is Kranox changing over to at least Marauder, if not even something else. Like he's a bit too much of an open target. He's a bit too much of an opener for the rest of the team fight to start on for the red team here. Vermillion just basically locked him down And then going from that, if they committed to a rest, that was just a brilliant opportunity to get the cleave in. If they didn't commit to a rest, then, well, one player down still. But he seems to be the target of choice there, good target, and I think he's not going to stay on Berserker there.
Yeah,
if he's even going to stay on Revenant.
Maybe he wants to go. I mean, Dragon Hunter might be quite nice.
Yeah, Guardian. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Something he's a bit more familiar with. Long-time Guardian player. Hasn't really left that class since, well, the beginning of Guild Wars 2. Seen him on Revenant, on Herald. Maybe he's a bit more comfortable here. Although not necessarily a build that would leave him as less of an open target, to be fair.
You got more evade with the good old Rev, but you got a lot more... I guess you've got burst coming out from the Rev, but like a lot more... There's a lot more bang for your buck with the Dragon Hunter. The instant kind of burst with the meditation trap insertion. Just what I'm going to call that. Sounded fairly dodgy. It's going for heavy light here, as well as also for Hunter's Determination and piercing light, of course, getting the daze from the traps, which is very, very useful from the heal, and also from that massive trap that we do have. Test of Faith. So let's have a look. Anyone else changing anything up?
Not that I can see.
Beast Mastery seems to be the preferred. So if these guys get into 1v1s, then that can do some good healing as well as also some weakness. And this beastly Warden Taunt is absolutely horrible. The CC is great. It's the control effects that come out. They're going to be very useful for these druids in 1v1 situations.
This is actually not really that sustaining of a team. If you have a look at them. No, the blue team. Like judging from the amulets at least. We have a druid that's going for Celestial. We have 2 Dragon Hunters or Marauder. Oh yeah, Marauder. Yeah. I was right. Damn. Yeah. I did not get confused by amulets. Who the fuck?
Didn't want it.
Then we have the Chronomancer or Marauder. And then Spock Attack. So 2 Celestials and 3 Marauders. To be fair, the Guardians, the Dragon Hunters themselves have a bit of self-sustain. And you still get really good sustain from the Druid, even if he's on Celestial and not going all out for that... what was it, Minstrel?
Minstrels, yeah. Or
Much new stuff to learn.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, it just doesn't feel like you need to go full-on Minstrels. I mean, that is ridiculously tanky and he'll never be decapped, ever. But, you know, I mean, unless someone +1s, and even then it feels like it's quite strong in a 1v2 where it can just kind of stay in that fight for a while, rely on the rotations of the team to make sure they lock down the map maybe and just +1 when needed so they can win the 2v2 potentially. But I think, you know, Celestial as well with some kind of might stacking is relatively okay, although he's not gone for might stacking here, he's gone for the extra healing, so he's more sustaining than Alcor. I'm not sure if he's running any. No, there we go, he's going with the Rune of the Druid there. And then we did have on Viper the Rune of the Druid as well.
Did you, during the last game, have a closer look at Snowball on the Tempest? How much of an impact do you think he had on the last game?
I mean, he was
Is it worth it?
There's a little bit more. There's a little bit of control coming out from the air achievement, of course. I mean, we've got some stability, which is fairly useful. We've got healing support for his allies, so it's, you know, it's sustainable. I don't think it's. DD doesn't look like it's going to be a thing anymore, in all honesty. And there's this talk about how Revenants are kind of replacing Elementalists in a role to push a node 1v1 because they're so sustained, but they've not got as much support as the Elementalist, of course. But now we've still got, you know, this one Tempest who can still do quite a lot of support in terms of the fight. So we're going to have to see whether or not that pays off for them in this one. But they're not going into 1v1s much. This Tempest is, or it feels like it should be more of a team fighter, but Snowball's mid. Like, you can see how quickly he's gone down here, but he's in a 1v2 at the moment, so that would be one of the reasons. But we have already seen the early kill coming out into Cutie over on the Mansion node as well, with Triffin, Curve and Alcor now picking up that node. Looks like the team of Triffin and Curve actually. That's quite a nice little combination.
Yeah, their move to kind of push both points, go with more defense on, defense on farm mode. Well, they chased RG away now and didn't really commit to the fight in mid. They Kranox and Jurica kind of kept their distance, just ranged a bit into the fight. I think they should have gone all out and try and get an early advantage in mid. This way now we have a slight point advantage for the red team. But both coming into this mid fight. Did we see the stealth moving into the refuge? They kind of know where it is. They're trying to go for the rest. Alcor is sticking to it. Now Curve with the assistance, but the damage is good. Snowball can't really get up yet, but can they stick on this damage? Alcor, did Alcor actually go into his lead? Yes, strength of the pack pulled to get him back up. And they do get the reset, basically. Moving back into the fight. Curve, however, he could be an easy target. They're half HP already. Goes off to the side, doesn't have heal abilities anymore. We do have the meditation now that could bring him up a bit. And his allies gather around him to give him the strength to support him. Not only with a bit of team spirit, but also with the boons.
He's gone for Smoke Condition here rather than Contemplation of Fury, actually, just as another note. So that's quite an interesting change up as well. Over on this side of the map now, he's able to free cast on the side. No one from blue is actually on him at all at the moment. And with this damage that he can bring in, he can wait for his cooldowns to come back. He gets the renewed focus up there as well, which makes him be able to evade a lot of attacks coming into him. But at the moment, we are going to see this little bit of stealth coming out from Spocker there, but he just moves away without actually the Guardian. That might have been a nice move for him to stay in that stealth with the Gyro and move towards mid so they could pick up Snowball a little bit easier, because I think he's got as much survival in terms of burst, that comes in, but we can see the Mesmer dropping in as well with that gravity well. Actually see
that Mesmer on the side.
Downstate, indeed.
Thief still does its job.
Yeah.
Still a lot of bursts going on, and don't mark the mobility, even though Revenants are pretty damn quick. I don't think the Thief's going to go anywhere that soon. Driven at least makes it work, picks off the Mesmer, because it is his job. Duke, however, gets back up, retreats towards the roof, goes into stealth, just doesn't want to be seen by Archie, but I think he might have actually spotted him on the roof if he paid a bit of attention. Is he gonna move back into mid? Runs into Snowball. That could be dangerous for him just because he's so low. Tries to go for the escape. Pretty much the mid attack is completely averted. Now where's blue gonna go? They are really splitting up. They're looking for the smaller fights. 3v3 and then a couple of 1v1s going on over the map. Jurica trying to +1 that windmill fight. RG, don't think they can really get the lockdown here quick enough to make it worth.
The key goes down as well in the end, and actually Kranox runs into a little bit. He's going to have a bit of a trap down there as well. Not able to do much against Curve here, and Kranox standing on the side trying to take shots at Alcor, but it feels like that's kind of pointless. I'm not sure why he didn't try and help Cutie out a little bit earlier, and yeah, it seems like he might be having a few lag issues here and there as well. It's just kind of probably left him to die. But he's trying to hold them over on this mansion point so they can get the advantage elsewhere. Looks like Yurika is also trying to +1 here over on the other side of the map with just trying to get Snowball down there. Not really having much luck. Spooko as well. Spocker, sorry, just trying to make sure they can get something out of this at the moment. Not able to as well, and Triffin just comes in for the attack onto
Now we did have a disconnect, but the AFK is coming out from RG already. Not even announcing. That's sportsmanship here.
Nice. Aww. Red team have got this in the bag at the present. Blue team really feeling it as well at the moment as they are receiving the punishment that they were dealing out in their first series of the round of 16s. We had 11 teams coming in today. Yurika's going to go down on the side. Almost gets away. Unable to, unfortunately, from that blink, of course, over on the side. Trap dropped as well, and we are going to see him go into full down state here. Potential down. Almost getting the decap there. QD over on the midpoint as Alcor comes on node, and he goes into Celestial Avatar form, and he's not going to go down anytime soon either. Kranox will be able to pick up the close point there for the team and grab themselves some points. I think it is pretty much over, even maybe feeling like it's over at this state of the game. Almost 300 points for the red team as well.
This is already a tough thing to get back from. We always like to emphasize that Battle of Kylo is a bit rough. You don't have any instant point mechanics. So coming back from a 300 point disadvantage,
I love
that's just rough.
Love that overload, it's so good. Just standing on a massive rock And Snowball's like, no, I'm not having none of that, mate. Sorry.
It's a really cool animation, isn't it?
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant animation. I do like it. Makes you feel pretty strong.
Yeah.
Nearly, you know.
Just summoning the ground underneath you. Carry me. Earth, carry me.
Oh, we were talking about gods earlier, so why not, hey? Yurka
The
now trying to
master
take...
of the universe.
Dude, Yurka just having this 1v1 with Triffin over on the side. And I think we're going to see that he's going to be GG here. Pretty much as Yurka does a stop in his tracks.
Apparently, aside from the match itself, also having a lot of lag issues. And gameplays, at least that's from Curve. Well, we didn't really... Can we call it GG? Well, we have won. Can we get the confirm there, maybe?
Did you see that? Red team got a capture point.
BG.
Just like that, blue team takes a capture point.
Duty heading...
That's it! Vermillion win the series 2-0 here. And also in close games today at the moment. I think that's going to change in our final, but we've still got a semi-final to come before that happens. Maybe we will see if anything has been put through. Celerius Esports maybe versus Car Crashed, I'm thinking. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that could work. That would do. That would do. I approve this message.
I'm just typing that now, which you can obviously hear.
A little bit. Yes, a little bit.
Okay, we're going to jump into a break, guys. Don't go anywhere at all at the moment. Triffin's build was a DP Shadow Arts FIFA's.
Yep. Right up DP.
DP is for wussies. What? What are you talking about? I think pretty much if you're playing DP at the moment, you've got balls of steel. And if you're a lady, then
Real men play sword dagger. We evade a lot, okay?
I'm not sure about that. Feels like real men play Daredevil at the moment. Sindranir is like the only one who's doing that, and he's a man. He's a manly man. Beast. Beast.
You heard it here first.
Well, you saw it at WTS, of course. So, guys and girls, we're going to be back with you in a few short minutes, I hope, where we will be bringing you the semi-final of the ESL Go4 the ESL Weekly Cup. And yeah,
Short
semi-final.
minutes, not the 60-second kind.
It's okay. Well, it won't be very long. We hope. But we'll see you very soon. Don't forget to follow the channel if you want a chance of winning some gems in a bit. Take care. Hello everyone, welcome back to the ESL Weekly Cup, where we are about to go into game with these two teams. We didn't want to keep you waiting for too long. Car Crashed versus Everest Pirates. It is 1-1 at the moment. And yeah, we have, just as a little bit of information, WizKid is Knight Junior, apparently, I think. Yes, he's saying, with an interesting hairstyle. We'll quickly go over these builds while these guys are getting ready to ready up. I'm not going to tell them that, but they can go whenever. But, you know, here we go. We got Made in Meta. Sam here. Bunker Guardian from Made in Meta.
Well, that's been a while.
Yeah, it has. Has indeed. Also, guys, quick note as well, just in case you didn't see it in chat, hashtag traps to enter the gem code giveaway. Do it after this game. But he's going to be running Bunker Guardian here. Full on old school Bunker Guardian with altruistic healing, pure voice and whatnot as well. Supportive in his team fighting. Super! Yeah, Super is
Isn't
back.
that super?
Oh my god, I'm so happy. This man, I was when I first started playing Engineer back in the day. I was watching some Guild Wars 2 esports.
The good old times when Jebro was young.
When I was
when
young,
fire was not a thing yet.
And I had... No, I didn't have hair then either. But he's going to be...
Some other kids suddenly invented the wheel.
Yeah, that's true. He's going to be going with Superior Sigil of Speed here as well, because he's going for Centaur, so he's not getting any swiftness through his abilities here. He's going for Explosives, Alchemy, and also for Scrapper. Elixir S is a good idea on the proc because we've got Dragon Hunters, we've got some stuff which can do a lot of burst damage, and really that's a lot of survival coming out. Engineer's fairly typical in EU at the moment, going for Recovery Matrix, Rapid Regeneration and Adaptive Armor. In general, that's a lot of sustained healing through Rapid Regeneration as well as Protection, and also the extra condition damage reduced to 20%. Then we've got Reaper more than likely being played by Posey, who is I'm making a big assumption this is Posey because he's always playing Necro. Is it might stacking?
Probably. He's not on Necro, he's on Reaper.
He's on the Reaper, yes. That's
Seasons don't feel the Reaper.
He's going for the Rise Shout here, as well as also going for the Elite Shield to the Bone Shout, and also Your Soul is Mine as well with the heal there. And he's going for some condition coming up from the Carrion, but with also the Rune of Aristocracy, which is condition damage with Might. So he's still building up some Might stacks, going for Signets of Suffering, of course. Also going for Doomfire here as well, which we don't see too much. And obviously, he's going for definitely Chill, so he's going for Chill deals damage. So that's pretty nice as well here, going for Augury of Death, the recharge of shouts, because he's got a lot of those, as well as gaining some extra might as well through chilling victory. So it's going for might stacking with condition damage here. This is what the Necro is doing. What weapon sets he's going for?
Valid strategy.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, especially if you're going for damage on chill, especially as a Reaper, you put out some chill. Going for the for the staff as well as the dagger and the scepter there, which makes complete sense in the Condy build. Then Lady, it's not called Lady now, it's called Nagnag Rev, probably. Nagnag R, sorry. And he's going to be playing Revenant here. He's going to be going with the Herald, of course, obviously with Devastation and Retribution, similar to what we saw coming out in the last few games as well.
Pretty much the standard build now.
Yep, Staff Shield with, Staff Shield, wow, we got Staff one hand. Sword Shield, sorry, with the
I'd like to see
hand.
that.
And Can Scout is able to play on Ranger again. True comeback. Main
I bet he's loving it.
Yeah, go for the Pirate Rune, yeah, with the extra pet. But he's going to be going for Wilderness, also Beast Mastery, and also for the Druid there as well. Obviously going for that on Lingering Light, which is not going to be a change for a while until that gets changed, if it does. So, splits on the map. Nick, how we're looking?
We're looking like Posey, or XD LOL is trying to catch Big Butter.
You were just laughing. Sorry. Carry on.
But he apparently doesn't really want to commit, only goes in now as we have Abs already in there. He's very, very aggressive, considering that was pretty much the only player there just having a little bit of fun with loads of enemy players, and he's actually going into kind of an off-point 2v1 right now. No fear in this man's eyes.
I mean, he's going for Daredevil as well, as well as Deadly Arts and Trickery, just to point that out as well. And maybe he feels like the Necro is going to be a good target for him. That's actually probably a good idea, and he is picking off a good target there, as well as keeping a couple of players over on the side while they do try and take out the Necro here, Posey, who is in a lot of trouble. He needs to get into that Reaper Shroud. He does indeed, as well as he can potentially get out of the point. Does a lot of damage as well to Falcon here. He needs to be careful himself, but he is also in Reaper Shroud. Comes out of that himself as well. Goes down to about 5k health. He will go down here likely as well, as he's not being able to get that second heal off, but he pops off the heal, and in the end they are able to actually do a lot of damage on point.
Very good with his stealth there, otherwise that was a quickness stomp, and they still managed to get the stealth out in time. Abs, however, now got the target of Super. He's trying to get him down. We see the proc of the Elixir S, that Heartseeker did quite a lot of damage. The next backstab is going to get him. Now we're going to see a Fear. The blind comes out. Stealth.
No, he's up.
Who did the stealth, by the way? Is that Abs? Okay, Refuse Stomp. Why not?
Why not indeed? But
he attacked, so...
Neither team getting anything off there, as well as Big Bada Boom just trying to disengage over here from the mine node as he has lost this fight. Still stealthed up as well from that stealth gyro. It's very... I'm not sure how many people thought that was actually going to get used too often, other than maybe the stealth gyro, because they've got the nice reveal, both engineers potentially, so they can of course make sure the thieves aren't able to get those sneak decaps if they are aware of that. He does pop that usage off there as well. He's got the 1v1 between Everest and MIM Sam here. Big Bada Boom comes in to potentially finish that maybe as well. Necros are having some fun against each other here at the moment. Nick is Super is in the down state once again. It feels like he's being punished in this game at the moment, and they are able to get that kill in the end. Very close game between Everest Pirates and Celerius Esports at the moment. Sorry, not Celerius Esports, Car Crash. Wow, this is because Posey is there too.
From time to time, it really feels like Car Crash is playing a bit of a solo game. They are kind of involved in their own fights with the enemies instead of playing as a team. Now they've kind of grouped up, and this should work a lot better for them. Although Posey's running away from the support, of course, also running away from the AoE, but I think it might have actually been better if he stayed close to the people that could potentially res him when he goes down, because the blue team has no intention of stopping to chase him. Bring him down the side, Super trying with the knockback, but we do have Everest with the stomp, and the punishing pony of pain rides off into freedom.
Nag is caught in between a rock and a hard place here. He needs to be careful as he does get some support coming through from Posey there, from Super there, sorry, with that stealth gyros. They move back in towards mid. They obviously will see the small gyro, but they're not probably aware how many people are actually there. They do have the 2-cap in their favor at the moment. They're just trying to back up Sam to make sure. Now he's doing a good job on points. Seems the Bunker Guardian is still doing okay currently versus all of these new builds that are coming out as well, which I'm kind of happy to see, that we're able to see the old traits being used still in a build successfully at present. You have to wait whether or not that comes off. Over on the Henge, we've got the 1v1 now as well as the decap. Sorry, the sustain still coming through as we see the +1 coming out from Abs there. Doing a good job of coming in potentially to regain this point in their favor. Can Scout able to sustain there in that avatar form as well. Gets a nice pullback by Badaboom from the toolkit, but that means they are actually going to downstate him, but on node. The red team do defend mid successfully.
WizKid, he is in a 1v1 currently with Posey. He seemed to be good job, but the conditioner stacking got rid of a lot of vulnerability there. But we still have the Death Shroud going on, and that could be very dangerous for him, although still has the heal. Abs comes to his aid, should get the bit of damage. Got the fear first. I think he maybe should have saved that fear for the stomp attempt, but it's going to be enough just with a little bit of damage. And there we have the rainbow again. Down he goes. Will they be able to follow this 2v2 up with the next kill? No, it's actually a 3v2. He's my fail in counting there. And Nak is under a little bit of pressure, but still has loads of cooldown available to completely get rid of that.
Something so good job
the 2v3 is looking good for them. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I mean, well, they've got the Bunker Guardian here as well. He's Bunker Guardian and Nag, and now we've got Posey coming in. So the Rev's got a lot of sustain and evade. He can try and do as much damage as possible, but he's trying to evade 3 bursts of damage. And actually, in the end, they did get WizKid down with the addition of Posey to this fight here for Car Crash, but Nag in the end, they're not able to sustain it, even though they are 3 versus 3 now as well, as Abs is coming in towards this point. Trying to maybe put his input here as we see potentially Posey might get jumped on here by Abs. He does indeed get fit there, and Posey has a couple of problems just moving back over towards that point. It looks like they might disengage this and potentially bunker up over towards this Henge node. They need to move someone over there very quickly. Oh no, the ref's going to go for the contest.
Really?
Wow. Jumped on node. Good job. I mean, they've disengaged almost from this fight, and now Blue Team are going to dedicate 3 members to this. No, they're going to move the Guardian back over towards the far point, actually.
It's simply kind of ridiculous that it took 4 people to get 2 other people down in a timely manner. But now we have +1. Super's coming in from the side. They didn't really commit. I think they could have just fallen back completely, committed to this, and just quickly 4v1 Nag down. And now they hesitated, did kind of... They did kind of a half thing of, yeah, we want to defend, but we don't really want to clear that situation up. Meaning now they're kind of in trouble all over the map.
That's ballsy from Nag, right? Oh, they're going to lose mid now, the red team are.
Paid off.
Take the, well, kind of. Well, they're not going to get on point. They're going to actually lose this mid node now. They've still got
Do
map.
they care?
Well, I mean, they're moving in with 2 players. I mean, they should be able to sustain it. They're going to be able to get on the point easily as Nag seems to be doing pretty well in Rev. Coming back to Guild Wars 2, of course, but not only coming back to Guild Wars 2, but coming back to a new class. And it seems that him and Sam are doing quite a good job on this point. Different members of Car Crash, just as I say that. Just pull out the 5th skill on the shield, of course, which gives him a lot of invulnerability there, as well as the staff. Just trying to CC on point, bringing out that elite dragon as well. To do a lot of bit of control here, as WizKid does need to obviously use his shield as well to mitigate a lot of that damage. It seems to me that Car Crash is doing quite well at the moment.
Yeah, Car Crashed are now back in control in this mid fight, even though we have a 3v3 going on. I think they at least will be able to sustain this for a while. Everest coming in from the side as well. Maybe Super should join that fight, or are they trying to just get the outer point cap and more delay tactics?
Yeah.
But right now no one's paying attention to Abs. He's moving for the decap on the side node, which makes them kind of equal in the mid fight again. But by the looks of it, Blue is doing way better with their sustain. Probably a large amount thanks to the Bunker Guardian.
Yeah, that I'm just wondering.
Aren't they even pulling off one?
Big Bad at Boom, he's actually playing over on the Marauders. He's doing pretty well with that hammer build as well. But I think they're trying to focus down the Bunker Guardian, which is why Everest is doing a good job of surviving over here. We have seen over on the mine has been capped by Blue Team. Super was jumping on node to potentially keep that contested, but unfortunately wasn't there in time. And is now going 1v1 versus the Revenant, which might be an interesting fight for him. Nice push forward from WizKid there, as he does use that elite.
Look at the conditions. Can Scout on the Henge having some issues in the 1v1 against the Necro.
Okie
Rather against the Reaper. Having some complaints about lags again. We have those quite often.
Oh, is this in game or is this?
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
In game, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Posey. Yeah, that's always the question. Is there really lag? Is it just an excuse? They're doing well. they were doing well until now.
If it's a 1v1 and you lose it, it's probably lag, right? I mean, it's definitely always lag.
Posey didn't lose the 1v1. Posey did.
Oh, okay.
Ken Scott did.
That's
So Posey's trying to maybe not lose the 1v1 now as he moves in. He's going to get the decap because we had the Falcon Reaper there quite far away from the point. Now, who is the better Reaper? This will tell.
Who's got the biggest stick? And yeah, actually chucks all of his conditions.
You said
Nice.
stick, right?
Stick, I did indeed.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure.
Actually chucks out a lot of his shots there using the elite. Does get him in that ice block there on the side. Falcon's still on node though. This is going to be fairly even because they can still jump into their Reaper Shrouds and almost... It's not like watching an Elementalist fight. It'll be over a bit quicker, but still it's going to take a little bit of time as we jump over towards midpoint. WizKid goes down as well over on this midpoint, and we can see the res coming out from Everest. He's not able to in the end. Everest just needs to bail out of here as soon as possible, and he's going to jump over towards his Necro buddy over here when Falcon might actually... Oh no, he's going to be losing the fight here as well, so he's going to have to get the support from Everest. It doesn't feel like this is the great place for the Everest to be going to at the moment.
Yeah, but where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? They kind of have to make the move over, and if they're giving up the cap now, they're never going to get the decap in time. Although, Wild coming in from the side, not being on point. Soon enough, now the double cap is going to bring them into a dangerous range of finishing off this game with the 500 point mark. Everest jump in and save Falcon. He hesitated. He kind of looked for a second. Should have jumped in a bit earlier. Now the rest is just too late. He's going to go down if he tries to commit. Does not have Feel My Wrath anymore. This was a bit of a mistake in my opinion. And now with the double cap 50 points away.
Wasn't too bad.
Almost a 200 point lead. This is going to be...
Abs almost saved it. And actually they've kind of...
Abs did.
Almost, but maybe it would have been better in the end if Abs had just gone mid because they were so, busy there. But Abs is going to go over towards the Henge again here as they do respawn over on this point. Then we go back into this 3v3 situation. Maybe thinking that they can win it this time round. Abs almost drops there as well, as involved in a ton of cleave on point. We just see some focus damage as well coming out from the Rev possibly. He needs to be careful on the side. Everest tries to break up the action on that Henge node by using his shield 5 as well. Does look like we've seen the GG, but obviously it is 9-4, 9-5.
At this point, we're not really going to end game.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
we're going to let it take over.
It was close for a while there.
Yeah, it kind of got away from the mid game.
Yeah. They're a bit unfortunate. Sorry, you can see my Verdant Brink reward track progress. It's a good one to go for.
I think most of it was actually due to them maybe committing a bit much to the far point. We had we had Car Crash kind of point feeding their own close point, but it paid off because it took them so long to get it. If they just aborted there, or maybe kept one person to keep them busy for a while and took over mid in that duration, it would have been a bit better. This way they just gave Car Crash the double cap for too long.
Wow. Some intense stuff going on. We're still only in... We've only got the semi-final next. We're not in the final yet. This is the quarter-final. We jumped back in time. We're going to come to the semi-final.
Oh, yeah.
But now we're going to do Car Crash.
I was kind of in the mind of having another game to go now. Damn, this is confusing. Okay, Car Crash moves on.
What we're going to do as well is we're going to jump back into cams very quickly and do this gem giveaway. Let me just move this into cams. I don't want treating too much of a scrapper. A scrapper? A slacker? Wow, still a scrapper.
Like
Scrapper. Okay.
like a scrapper.
Yes. So at the moment we have a gem giveaway going on in the channel. So make sure that you do. Oh wow, you have to do it again because apparently it's reset itself, which is quite interesting. Not sure how that's happened. Maybe it's because it was happening for so long.
Waited too long.
So
Missed your shot.
traps.
That's a life lesson right there. Grasp your chances while you have them. Otherwise, you're gonna... Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna
Otherwise
leave it
what?
there. No.
Okay,
I'm not
right.
gonna go on
can
a
do
full-on rant.
Hashtag traps, guys. Sorry about that. I know you entered before, but if you're still here, then you know you can enter again. It doesn't take 2 seconds.
Spam the traps again.
Spam the traps. We like a bit of trap action. But yeah, good games today. Good series today. Looks like we're going to see, let's just refresh the brackets and see if we've got any more progress coming out here. Nothing personal versus Vermillion in the bottom bracket semi-final. Now we've got Celerius Esports.
Nothing personal. What country is that?
That looks like Nigeria.
Is it?
Is that yeah, it is. It's yes, I know my flags. I
Damn.
wasn't too far away
I'm
from
impressed.
there one time. That was a dodgy situation. I won't tell you that for nothing. I'll tell you that for nothing. Sorry. I won't tell you that for nothing. You have to pay me. Oh dear, that was extremely dangerous.
Like, why do I have the sneaky suspicion that there's not going to be a player from Nigeria actually in there?
I don't think so. But if you are from Nigeria, you can take part in the Pro League, Nick.
Yes, you can. And even if you're only 16 years old.
Yes, exactly. 400 viewers. Wow. 400
No
viewers.
more too young for esports going on here. Although if you're 15, you're still too young for esports.
Yeah, sorry, love.
Grow up. Sorry, love. Really?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we've actually seen a few DP feasts. We saw Abs playing Daredevil there. Didn't get to look at his build too much, but if you go back through the VOD, I do flash over it very, very quickly. If you want to go see the brackets, we had 11 teams playing today. If you want to take part in the ESL Weekly Cup next week, this cup is ongoing. We're not stopping this cup. We've been going for 102. I'm sure we'll be going for another 102. Where I will hit
the horror.
Above 35, which is scary. And if you want to enter these cups, go to play.eslgaming.com/guildwars2. There are 2v2 tournaments. There are 5v5 tournaments. I think we still have the Fun Day Monday tournaments as and when. I'm not sure if that's 100% happening every week, but you should check that out if you do.
I'd probably guess Monday.
Yeah, obviously. But I'm just I'm saying that I'm not sure if they're 100% happening all the time.
Although I would
like
really
Nick
like
said,
a Fun Day Monday on Tuesday.
Fun Day, well, it makes
Just
it a
to
bit
screw
more
with
random.
people.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I like it. Okay. All good. We are in their arena.
Oh, damn. We have to switch, right?
No, we're gonna just stay here.
Okay.
Soon as it's there.
Fine with that.
But we're just gonna wait and hold for a bit.
Yeah. One thing I quickly wanted to say, in case there's no one from Nigeria in nothing personal. If you are from Nigeria, fine, yeah, represent your country. But if you're not, there's actually a rule against representing countries you are not legitimately from, and that can result in penalty points, so be careful with that sort of thing.
Yep, penalty points are a thing, so make sure you're not taking too long to get your butt into the game. Make sure you're not representing someone who you're not representing actually. Make sure that you are, I don't know. Be proud
Always
of
a
your heritage.
friendly and forthcoming person.
If you're Welsh, represent Wales, for example.
Really?
Not the animal, but, you know.
If you're Welsh, go Wales.
Yeah.
Go Beluga.
Go Fulham. Pardon me.
I was very close to doing a whale impression, but I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that for another day.
I think that's something I want to hear, to be honest.
No, you really don't.
Okay, fine. Okay, we've got all the team members in the game at the moment. We're going to do this gem giveaway in 1 more minute. So hashtag traps for your chance to be in on that. You must be following the channel, of course, because we want you coming back week after week. Not just to win gems, but to also have a chance of looking at the builds and the meta of PvP as it evolves, because it's starting to get somewhere.
Reason to watch the Weekly Cup. Copying builds and winning gems. You've heard it here first.
Yes. Oh, you're going to give me a heart attack one day. You're giving me angina, mate. You're giving me angina. Okay, so we've got Celerius versus Car Crash coming up for you now. Looking forward to this series. I was predicting Car Crash versus Vermillion final. Whether or not that's going to be the end case, of course, is another thing. Posey obviously playing for Celerius Esports before, but Car Crash guys came back and added an ED to their name, and now we've got Posey switching back with Can Scout, of course. Nag, Posey, who I just mentioned, with Sam from Made in Meta, who are, you know, been a team that's been around for quite a while, but keep dipping in and out of the Guild Wars 2 PvP scene. But now, we're going to jump into game to see what the crack is here, as we do announce the gem giveaway. Going to be doing this in 3, 2, 1.
And who's the lucky winner?
Fellhaven. Make sure you say something in the chat, and I'll get you.
Congrats, well done.
Congrats, well done. You've been looking forward to saying that for a while.
Yeah, I love that word. My favorite made-up word.
Okay, just asking him to say something in...
People in chat, what is your favorite made-up word? Let me hear it.
That's Fellhaven, Felhaven. You must say something within the next minute or so to win 400 gems. If you don't, we'll be re-rolling this for the guys. My God. You can't just win just because you're saying I'm here and pretending to be someone else. Should just make it another account.
Why not? Be whoever you want to be.
You can be yourself. If you can be anyone.
The soaring eagle.
Okay, let's just put the audio up there so you can hear that we're on this map currently as well. We are waiting for this.
Fellhaven, you need to make noise, otherwise your gems will be redistributed. Not really, they're going to go to another person. Not going to go all communism. Everyone gets 1 gem, although 11 people would still end up with no gems.
They're probably people who are in AFK, so it's fine.
Okay.
Fellhaven, you are going to lose out on your gem code giveaway. I'm very sorry. You've got another 30 seconds until you will not be winning. I feel so bad saying this, but I'm going to re-roll.
No,
sometimes
it's his own damn fault. I'm going to take back my congrats, well done.
Okay. There is like 25 to 30 second delay, so I feel a little bit bad saying it right now, but I'm just going to re-roll it in a bit. So he had the chance from then. Silly man. Redistribute them to China. Why? I love the chat. I love you guys. You guys are funny. Okay, no Fellhaven on the watch list. We're going to re-roll this.
Reroll.
How do I re-roll anyway? Let's roll again. Too Slick. I like that name.
Too Slick for gems. Next one.
Say something in chat to get the code. Sorry, me old mucker. You had the chance. Don't bugger off when you've just won potential gem code giveaway. Yay! He's here. There we go.
Nice.
That's a man who's smart right there.
Yeah. Even the first one. Get an extra prize, but he won't.
No, you don't. Just give him away. No, just Nick's just giving away my gem code. Yeah, you know, you can have
No,
that.
I'm teasing people. Saying they deserve something, but I'm saying you're a mean old man. I'm not going to give them.
Oh my god,
them
are
more.
you giving gems away? No. You can shoosh. Just sent you your code, dudes. So congratulations on your gems.
As I
So-
try to breathe coffee, which is not a smart idea, people.
That's a good point.
Don't pretend to be a coffee fish.
He is here. We saw him. Don't troll. He deserves it. You all get the chance. Don't worry. This is like something that happens. And you're not here just for that. You're here to watch these guys playing. So we're going to go through the builds very quickly.
Quickly. There's no time.
Right. So quick. Ha 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 ha. XD. Who's Posey,
Lol.
as we said before, and that as well. He's going to be playing Reaper with Spite and also Soul Reaping. He's going to be might stacking, but with conditions. He's going for Carrion Amulet there as well with 2 shots. He's also going to be going for Nika in Stronghold and Kanskal as well. Nika, wow, popularity there. Celestial with the Rune of the Pirate, going for the Druid, of course, with the Staff, the Sword, and the offhand Torch there as well. He's going for Beast Mastery, Wilderness Survival, and for the Druid, of course, taking up that Lingering Light with the Blinds. Lots of support coming out from the build, as well as some nice damage coming out from the conditions and power with this build, as well as the pets, who do a lot of damage as well. Let's come over to Lady Nagnag, or Nagnag, sorry, as it will be called. He's going for Sword, Shield with Staff, Rune of Strength with the Marauder's Amulet there, as well as going for Retribution, Devastation, and also for the Herald standard build coming out to you as well. Very sustainable, even though he's going for that Marauder Amulet there as well. He is able to evade a lot of damage, as well as, you know, be quite mobile around the map. Then we've got Super, he's playing over on the NG with the Centaur rune, with the Amulet of the Marauder, with the hammer. It's a candy cane, but it's a hammer. Explosives, Alchemy, and also Scrapper, which is going to help him sustain his damage on point.
Candy cane is for maximum disrespect.
Indeed, with the Sneak Gyro here, as well as the Grenade Kit, the Toolkit, and Slick Shoes there on the utilities. And we can see MIM Sam. He's going to be playing Bunker Guardian here with Altruistic Healing, and he's also going to be going with that Feel My Wrath Quickness Shout as well to help his team be useful in terms. Oh my god, I thought he had the legendary staff there. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was just like, what? I know these guys have a lot of legendaries, as you could probably tell. Most PvPers do actually, but I was just like, wow, he's the first one to get the new staff? I was just like, what? Okay, that's quite quick. Anyway, it's a little bit more spectacular than that. So, Nick, do you want to go through these blue team builds very quickly?
Moving on to Celerius. And we start off with Celerius Monkey. He's going to be on the Revenant, and it's that good old Devastation Herald build. I don't think I need to say much more. You can spectate pretty much any game and see one of these. Then we have Joker Loco. And I feel like you probably want to say something about this, because he's playing Hammer Celestial and he's got firearms.
He's going with the Rune of the Revenant as well.
Rune of the Revenant.
Wow. We're seeing so many different runes. Until there's something really strong coming out, everyone's trying everything. Resistance
Really?
is
Is
very
that
good.
worth it?
I don't know. I mean, he's getting a lot of stats. He's probably already got Swiftness, at least for Elixir B there. He's going firearms as well.
which is
Wow.
what I said. But
Did you? I must have
What?
just thought you weren't like talking about firearms because I'm not sure I can believe it, Nick.
damn.
He's going Celestial here, so it makes sense for him to pick up the no-scope there to grab the extra Fury. And the Swiftness is coming out from crits, of course, from Heavy Armor Exploit. As well as going for Elixir S proc in Alchemy. Almost to a degree, if there is bursty builds on the other team, especially a Dragon Hunter or something, then, you know, that's very, very useful indeed. We've got the extra protection coming out from the Alchemy and Scrapper Trees there as well, so he's going also for the Elixir Gun and the Elixir B to grab himself some extra might stacking.
Okay,
Right,
yeah.
I could keep talking about it.
I believe you can. Please don't, because otherwise we're still going to be here in a while. No, I was just busy trying to understand Spanish in chat. But let's move on. Let's move on.
I'll give that a best
because
shot.
we have Demon, and who'd have thought he's playing that same old bit we saw on Celerius Monkey already, Devastation Herald, with that sword shield and that staff. Next up we have Blackhair, and he's going to be a druid. We see the Forge Room. I don't think we've seen that yet. Otherwise, other than that, we've got Celestial, Staff, Sword, Torch. Standard setup with Wilderness Survival, Beast Mastery, and Druid. Going for those two glyphs. Also that Strength of the Pack. And oh dear lord, we have a second Druid.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, with the same build.
Exactly the same build.
Exactly the same build. Do we have Chol? Yeah, Chol. How do you pronounce that word? Ungient? Ungient? That seems like a word. Ungient, really?
Ungient.
Ungient? I've never used that word before in my life except for this skill.
Okay.
Rangers haven't been a thing for a while.
That's true.
But now they're back in the form of druids. Still with pets.
Glyph of Alignment, are they using exactly the same ones as well? Yes, they
Yes.
are. Wow, okay.
Yes, they are. Two, so we've got two druids.
Two beastly wardens, man. This taunt.
Two druids, two revenants, and one firearms.
Well, he can do that. He can definitely do that. I mean, and he's celestial
The
as
match
well.
starts
good
soon.
lord.
I want to see him go berserker. Go berserker.
I mean, we've got, yeah, there's a lot of sustain on this team. There's still a lot of sustain on the other team as well. We'll have to see how well this goes.
Let's see
for
if
both
we
of them.
see at least someone die in this game.
Potentially.
Hold on
Maybe,
to your
potentially,
points.
as we go into the
Seize
first game of
theirs.
this best of 3 semifinals. It is car crashed on the red side. Yeah, past tense. Well, the Celerius.
Spawniers return.
Wow, okay. Interesting, weird thing happening on my screen right now.
Okay.
That was a very odd angle. Anyway, maybe that's just the way it always is, and I've never noticed that. Anyway, over here on the mine now, a Can Scout. He's going to be just in this 1v2 now, so he's not going to get any support for a while here, as well as made in Meta Sam 1v1 mid versus Loz here. And we're going to see Red Team just trying to maybe take something over towards this Henge. Celerius Monkey quite low himself as he uses that staff to mitigate a lot of that damage and blocking those projectiles coming in from him as he moves out.
Why is he not switching over to Assassin stance? Over to Dragon stance? I'm kind of from time to time when watching these guys play Revenant, I feel like they're kind of missing the stance switch from time to time. Because that heal should have been back up and ready now.
Yeah, I mean, even jumping
If I'm not
into it and just
mistaken.
giving yourself some boons to get out of
Yeah.
there, like swiftness or, you know, even to just build something out so you can move is... Which I think sometimes in these situations, like, we forget that, you know, these... Maybe they've just not in the right position all the time. Like, it's been a week since it's, like, properly been out. So they've definitely got a lot of work to do in terms of, you know, wondering how we're going to move as Revenant. But, you know, Guild Wars 2 is mostly about the combat and the action and the maps and knowing what's going on in rotations, not just about abilities as well. So, you know, not as much to learn, but still quite a lot.
Loco might have some trouble with Posey on his back. He gets the healing turret out, brings himself back up to a more safe health pool. And Reaper tries to bug off, but Damon, he's just on him. As we see both Revenants trying to chase down Posey.
Yeah,
Oh, not both Revenants. One of them is an engineer.
He's doing fine as well at the moment as he moves over to... He's calling him a nerd as he runs away. The BM coming out from Posey here as he gets back to his teammates successfully. He does survive in the end, so he's going to be fine for now. Not much killing coming out across this map. We've only got the one cap coming out for red team and blue team because they're so sustained, although they do have Marauder Amulets. And that way came in, the Elite Dragon stance ability comes out.
They actually hit one.
That was really good CC. It was really good CC onto the corpse and cleave-wise.
And we see Super trying to go for the res. If no, he overcommits. This could almost be a 4-man wipe. Although we have Can Scout already trying to get away here, so he's going to be safe. But Super is going to go down. Both Revenants are going to move into mid, I would presume. Posey on the respawn, but they should get the kill on Sam. Easy lockdown in theory, if they get a good engage. Joker Loco, that's almost overcommitment, but he might be able to hold off Posey for a bit. Try and get the CC on there and keep him from CCing the Revenants up top.
Yeah, to get some extra damage on Sam, but Sam is still doing ridiculously well versus the Revenant.
No cooldowns anymore. Down he goes.
Yep, Sam downstated here as well as Nag comes into the point, trying to potentially go for the res. Not able to get that in the end. He will be full dead here as well. Red team have been able to sustain on mid to a degree though, as we see the 1v1. And now Posey just going off node as well. Does a good job actually, just keeping those two guys away on the side. And he's still running for his life here. I'm not sure how many cooldowns he has left as he drops very low here. Tries to get the fear and anything to give him a bit of distance from these guys. Does have Reaper Shroud. Needs to pop it now. He does indeed, to make sure he's going to be able to use that second ability to just escape here. So that's good job from him. And does get the escape in the end. Just slowly regenerating his health while he's still in that Reaper Shroud form. Gets out at the end. Heals back up off cooldown as well. Loz knows that he's low HP. And does start to just maybe move over towards the mine now as the cap has been lost and Sam does pick up the node pretty easily. That's not great movement from the blue team. They know the respawn was happening. Pretty easy decap for Sam to get there.
I feel like Monkey might still be in the process of learning Revenant, because I just saw an impossible odds on accident, or trying to get to a point.
Look, Nick. Super showing off the packs. Invitational tournament finisher there, which we don't see.
Good knockback. We saw the first kill. Blue seem to have the upper hand in most of these team fights, but look at the map. They are so committed to the team fights that they don't really get to contesting the points where they should be. They're in off point fights all the time. They're trying to chase people down. So even though they're having the upper hand in all of these fights, really get around to capitalizing, getting some points on the board.
Which I really need to try and do quite quickly because we've got the decap potential. No, not over on the mine. No, he does. He gets the decap here over on this mine point now. This Black Ear is going to be able to do quite a good job versus Posey actually. This is a good rotation from blue now, but they need to make sure they can get something out of the Angel. Maybe try and disengage and maybe push over to the mid now as the Ranger Druid does start to move over towards here as Cam Scout. Maybe they can get a little bit of an escape here, the blue team. They've not got the thief to get the easy stealth out. So I do see the downstate of Nag there is a lot of mess coming onto the point.
Feels already like an overcommitment to the rest, but the knockback was good to people. Oh, but the damage, we have the poison back on the corpse, and this is going to be too much. Can they keep up the AoE damage? By the looks of it, they can, but it's getting close. Knockback on Super, but Sam had the stability going on. They still try and get him back up. Can Scout now with the next one trying to add him. Nag is back up. That was ridiculous. There was no damage whatsoever. This was all focus damage on the downed body. On the downed body because Sam just didn't get any damage in that.
I mean, the thing is that also Scout was in Celestial Avatar form, just outside, spamming heals on the point while they were trying to go for the rest. So they were allowed. They could easily, they could help go through that sustained damage that was on the cleave of the body and just make sure they're going to be okay. Blue team and red team have started to move out of this fight now because they know that it's going to be stalemated a little bit here. But red team's still commanding a lead at the moment of 200 points.
Good, they're moving off these off the hench a bit. They don't want to get suckered into that fight. Although the Revenant Druid 1v1 might be one that takes quite a while over on the mine. So let's have a look in mid, where Posey is almost about to go down already, but Monkey is also about to join him. Joker Loco, now they got him pretty far down. Oh, Posey needs to be careful just with falling damage there. Oh, and actually
no.
Joker Loco was not careful with falling damage. That's gonna be the double kill. Although
Whoa,
the state
Posey.
damage might still get him. Just barely
Oh, no
gets
way,
away,
line of
doesn't
sight.
have a condition, gets the heal. I mean, he wouldn't have died anyway,
Wow.
but
If he
still.
You never know. Well, yeah, that's true.
Good to stay up.
I mean, the Revenant can slow him at least, so it would take a longer period of time. So, you know, there is also that. But we did see the backup there of the other teammate as well. We aren't going to see him going to full death as Blackie moves over to mid to potentially go versus Posey here. He wants to keep him in combat because he's still low HP. And
Oh,
Posey
what? He's
doesn't
giving up
want-
the fight?
Yeah, because he would die otherwise.
Well,
There's
he
no
has a
one in
couple of
range.
cooldowns.
There's no one in range either.
He could have gone for that fight, most likely. Could have.
Oh, I mean, they did gain a bit more of a lead here. Super comes in for the defense, giving him some HP there as well.
Just like
Just didn't
that,
get his heal
blue
back
team
up
takes a
in
capture
time.
point.
Now
Just
puts
scared of the laser beam.
Scared of a lesbian. That can actually do a little bit of damage as well over time. Really, Sam
Don't
does-
toy around with laser pointers, guys. Those things are dangerous.
Can blind you. And we do see over here on this board, it should be okay now with Posey regenerating slowly as well, as Loz is trying to just hold that point. One cap apiece, but Car Crash do hit the 300-point marker now, but blue team also getting up their point score up now as well. Super low HP on this node, needs to be very careful. There's the Druid coming in for the, a second Druid coming in from the side, sorry. So we see the cleave coming out from the Revs there as well. We are going to see Can Scout just keeping hold of the mine now as red team members are going to start to disengage from the mid point. Sorry, mid. When I say red team members, I mean Nag Nag as he starts to move back over towards the henge with that staff, of course. Gonna try and
Hey, Damon now rushing
ballsy.
into a 3v1. That's a bit
very ballsy.
interesting, but that's... If he can sustain that even for, well, this long was already enough, because they're completely outnumbering over on... But Can Scout is doing just as well of a job. Maybe even better in form of the Druid here. He's gonna get the assistance from Super, whereas Loz might go near him. No, he's chasing him away because he needs to pay attention to that keep. And keep it. Keep the keep. Oh, who doesn't miss that one?
I miss it. I really do. Are you being
Couldn't
sarcastic?
keep the keep.
Couldn't keep the keep. It was great.
There was always kind of an insinuated "you loser" after that.
And maybe that was why, actually.
Yeah.
People aren't feeling special enough, so we might
Big
take
condescending.
Yeah, a little
Condescending
bit.
tone in that.
Celerius Monkey now under a little bit of pressure as he starts to disengage, able to fly away with the bat wings there, as well as Super tries to get some extra damage. I think this Super seems to be doing okay at the moment. The fire line,
Not Super.
not Super. He's not in the firearms trait line anymore. He's switched over to a smaller character here. He's got explosives alchemy there as well. Just making sure he gets some extra passive damage out of that aim-assisted rocket as well as we go back over towards the midpoint and have a look. Still, the red team look like they've got this game in the bag at the moment, as red team are in a very forceful position here with the momentum fully in their favour as well.
Blue team takes a capture
Wow.
point.
Well, double cap comes out, but they do need the neutral to even have the slightest possibility. So they are chasing. They are chasing over. We also have a creature on the side. He wants to do it a bit faster. Swanian not down yet, so let's have a target on that and see if anyone jumps in. No one's even trying. I'm hyping this up way too much for how close it actually
You're
is.
thinking about it. It would have been good if someone had. I mean, Demon could have gone for
It
that,
would
but
have.
They know they need to get the decap here. They have got Posey down and out of the fight, but it's going to be an easy place for him to come back. And with the Druid and the Bunker Guardian on this node,
We have a
look
dancing
likely.
hand scout. He can dance if he wants to.
I bet he's
Can
happy
leave
to be
his
playing
friends
Ranger.
behind.
I mean, Ranger has gone from being not usable at all to ridiculously awesome for different people now.
Not the ranger, the druid.
The Druid, yes.
Always be friendly to nature.
Yeah. The sun is so off there. But anyway, we are just waiting really for the end of the game as blue team rush into this node to try and get the decap, but Demon put the pressure really onto the team now as Blackhead does go into the down state, and this is definitely game over.
Oh, bad manners. Posey calling GG before the other team.
Posey with bad manners? Never happens. He's a good man, our Posey. He's a good man indeed. And I'm very happy to see Car Crash back into the Guild Wars 2 PvP scene. Should be a formidable force in the future, as well as Celerius themselves, but Celerius getting taken down that peg here. 500 to 250, free to Car Crash, of course. And if you're thinking, what is he talking about? Car Crash used to be a massive team in Guild Wars 2. In fact, they won the PAX Invitational, which was one of the first major PvP tournaments in Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
A couple of years back. 2 years
Seems
ago.
like even though loads of these players just came back into the game and do pretty damn well.
Yeah.
I guess Posey might be happy because he just beat the left.
The team he was on before.
Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. Indeed, indeed.
Before.
Before. Anyway, second
Got
game.
moves you've never seen before. Is a weird ass quote.
Okay. Yes.
Yep, no one knows where that's from.
I do.
If you do, type it in chat and I'll be impressed.
What did you say?
I've got moves you've never seen before.
Oh, I know that movie.
Really? It's not from a movie.
What?
From a YouTuber.
Oh, is it?
I actually can't remember the name. What one of
So
the
that's
big
useful,
ones
isn't it?
that screams a lot.
How are people supposed to tell you they know that's where?
I know when I see the name.
Okay.
It's I don't know. Give me a name of one of those like big YouTubers that plays scary games and screams a lot, makes weird noises, and it's kind of entertaining sometimes. Dean Annis, that's the guy.
And Celerius Celerius have actually been doing pretty well, guys, in the scene. So I'm not so sure what you're talking about, but they're still up there as one of the teams in Guild Wars 2 PvP. Ethereal Gardens have reached guild level 14. Congratulations, guys.
What?
I can't believe that comes up on my screen.
Okay.
That's amazing. Oh wow. Congrats.
What was it? Was it just a message? A big message?
Yeah.
Okay.
Level
So
14.
kind of like I can't even remember what tournament it was, but a really exciting Lord Rush going on, and suddenly Scarlet is now attacking this in this area. Thanks. I wanted to
Quick,
know that.
let's go! I remember when we used to joke about that. We used to just be like, let's leave PvP.
What?
What's going
PvP?
on?
Scarlet is around. Not fight. Let's be friends.
Indeed. So, not seeing much changes coming out, I don't think. I'm surprised to see 2 druids still, though, if I'm honest, over on the team of Celerius Esports, of course. So going for the red there.
Well, it's kind of, I don't know, two druids is in my opinion a thing that works better for you solo queue or duo queue.
2 druids, 2 revs, and an engineer. Sounds like a song.
Rev it up.
Everyone's being really nice to each other. Oh no, that's because it's Celerius Esports.
The match starts soon.
Car Crash, known for their very aggressive tones, aggressive nature, being aggressive, Nick. As we see them coming out again. They
Aggression.
are winning 1-0 at the moment, and they're showing that.
Maybe they need some therapy
Oh, maybe. And if they
against
win
the
this game,
aggression. Will you offer?
On to your point.
yeah, I can offer shoutcasting and therapy to these guys. So,
You
Spitz
might
Nick,
get crazy due to both.
crazy.
Okay, so let's have a look. We have each one person that tries to engage on the point, although the action might potentially go on that. No, they don't want the engaged. That's 3 people. Are they stealthed? Blackia's still running into that. Joker Loco, do they just want to keep the point occupied? But there's already so much damage on Blackia. Damon trying to come in for the save, tries to go for the CC, the star 5 there to knock all of them back. And it actually seems to be working. We have support coming in.
I can't believe that. I mean, that was...
How is he still alive?
I was just thinking, I was literally thinking, this is just... I still don't think it's a great situation for them to walk into. Because surely he's used a lot of cooldowns. Celerius Monkey is losing this 1v1 over on the other side of the map as well. But we are going to see that Demon's action was okay in the end, but I did see that this was going to be lost by them. The instant he walked in, I mean, that was a lot of action that came into the point at the time, but they seem to just about be holding firm here.
This,
I can see that.
it's a weird move to rush into a 3v3 and not try and, like, it wasn't a hidden 3v3, it was all out in the open.
But look at this, Posy's under pressure here.
And them still going for it. I have a feeling this might be a very low scoring match.
It could be indeed. C does get through the gate there as well as Joker does move away from this point here as well. And he gets left by Demon. Demon just leaves him, and they could have taken the engineer potentially off point and just maybe dealt with him there. We're going to see them just move back on towards the henge now as well, so we go back into mid. Have a look what's going on between Akan Scout and Lols here as well.
This is actually pretty good. Celerius Monkey, he maybe should have been going for the waterfall before, but he should still be able to if he switches stance and gets the speed up. No, he's actually just moving on because Ken Scout is behind him and he doesn't think he's going to get that. So we have a point income of the waterfall. They're moving into a 2v2 on mid. They should move over everything to the quarry, in my opinion, to either save what can be saved or bring, or maybe even continue that fight.
Black here might be able to just about get on without in this. Wow, Demon gets on node very well there actually. Surprisingly, he was able to do that and allowed to do that, but he's going to get locked down inside that hammer.
No one can really go for the defense. Demon low, so Monkey can't go for the rest. Black here just barely get himself back up as low on cooldowns. Now they're just gonna run. Demon left behind. We saw the stomp going on and actually follow-up kill on Monkey. This could very, very fast just go into complete snowball.
It does feel like it. Blue team almost, they were pushing them back in a way over towards the henge to make sure they would maybe potentially get this mid cap here. So there's only a couple of ticks left for them to reach full cap on this node. So they're trying to stay here now, putting the druids in just to hold the point there. Sorry, not both. Yeah, both druids are here as well, so that they're going to be able to sustain for a long time. This is a good rotation from Blue as they move 3 members over towards this fight to put 3v2 here. If they can finish this fight off, they can move to mid, but we are going to see that Sam moves over towards this side of the map. It was a good idea.
It's also decent matchups here. I think they should kind of try and stay like that, and Posy actually under a surprising amount of pressure from 2 druids. I mean, they are Celestial, so they're not going full on heal.
I mean, they can do, you know, a considerable amount of condition damage. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad, to be fair.
The damage of sorts.
Loz gets away from Posy here. Is he going to be able to get the decap, though? Yes, he does! Decap comes out. That's great movement from the Ranger there. And we see they've been able to sustain mid as well.
What? No, yeah, we have Joker Loco there against Sam, so that's going to be an endless matchup. Super, fairly low. Can he get him to stay low? That would be a good... Because they're basically moving and pushing them into a 2v2 where 2 players are already pretty low on health. But we have the cooldown of the healing turret coming back on fairly soon. No real bursting chances going on. They just want to keep... We have the point again. It's just 1 point that just keeps on bringing points. 0 points right now, still.
You wouldn't have been happy over on the waterfall, Nick. We saw a heal coming out for the down on Celerius Monkey over towards the waterfall, and we saw the Red Revenant did have his assassin heal up. So as soon as he got bursted from Demon, he got almost full HP back up. And nothing done because he was trying to get the kill. So he can. That's a good, really good counter to that. I mean, what do you do if you're going to get killed? Just put your heal up, and if they can't take you down because you're going to get healed. So in the end of the day, that's not going to do a lot for that.
They seem to be having a certain amount of pressure. They kind of managed to get Posy and Nag fairly low at the same time. So a double down state could kind of initiate a comeback here. But if they only get 1 person down, that's just not enough damage to really keep someone down. Look at that. Posy is down again. Back up he goes. We saw that now twice already, and I don't think there's really anything that's going to change.
No, agreed. I'm Posey's perspective again over towards midpoint. They're starting to get the points sticking onto the map now as well, though. Posey might go down here as well himself. He's in Reaper Shroud, but he needs to be careful. Demon is under attack as well on the side. And Posey trying to go for the extra damage on him as he's getting supported by Sam on the side. You can just see Sam supporting his team very well, going for the res. Again, they're going to get it. Very strong team fighting and rezzing from the red team, but they're running away, and now they start to get the focus damage onto Celerius Monkey here, who they're trying to do, but they've got the good amount of CC trying to take out Sam here. I feel like they should be probably just going on for Posey. Good spot from Celerius Monkey onto Super, who was trying to get away from him there. Pulls that Elixir S out, but Super might be in a little bit of trouble. Does pull out that healing turret. Should be okay here.
Demon moving over into mid, but this is very slow team fighting, very slow movement in general. They almost got the cap in mid, so if they can maybe create a little bit of chaos, someone stepping off unintentionally, maybe get a knockback in a lucky situation. Demon, Demon is going down and no one's really there for the rest. They rather try and get Posey down, but Posey is back up without a problem. But since we had two people completely focused on the rest of Posey, we also don't have it down on Demon. So people are visiting the ground. They are moving into downstage, but dying thus far not really a thing.
Visiting the ground indeed.
Not really in fashion.
Well put, Nick. Well put. Loska moves back over towards the henge to just make sure that's going to be okay. Super moving into mid now with the sneak gyro as well. Can see the stealth coming out from Joker as well here. They've both got their sneak gyros out. They've also both got the reveal, which is still very useful for revealing that stealth. No thieves here, but there are engineers running with that stealth gyro as well, so still pretty useful. Can Scout using his sword to get ahead of Joker Loku. No way he's going to be able to get the decap there. Blue team almost suckered into a bit of a corner there. Need to make sure they stay unknown, but they might make a little bit of a cheeky mistake. And it won't be in their favour, of course, if it's a mistake.
It just doesn't look like anyone's actually going to stay down. With Posey down, so. Easy res. There's really no real CC coming up. Damon is going to be the next one to follow. Well, the 6 shoes already wear off. You get a good amount of heal. People just blasting into that facet of light. Not really something you want to do. Block ability again. Black, however, pretty low as well. And he's the only one right now in the vicinity to rest. Gives him a bit of support. The Celerius Monkey coming in from the side. So even if we have it down. However, that decap.
Yep.
That is decap though.
Oh my god. Yes, sometimes when you jump into a rev, you just think that maybe, just maybe, they could be using some of these abilities differently. But obviously, Demon's going to jump into the downstate again.
Oh, we have it down. Demon is down.
Yes, indeed, Nick. That's exactly what I just said.
I'm way more excited than I should be.
I think you're just surprised it happened because we've had so much sustain. But the red team have done so well with their rezzing. I mean, we've seen people going into dice, cracking up everyone. And people have been going into the downstate, you're right. But they've just not, the rezzing has been top notch from the red team as well. But now we're going to see Celerius Monkey taken down again. And blue team, red team do get CC'd there on the side. The slow's coming out as well onto the people trying to go for the down, and we are going to see the res.
Posey's being so aggressive. Could potentially put himself in the situation where he goes down. We have people for the res. Knockback coming in. Super's also low. They just cleave, but Super, not even touching that.
Not much stability though, Nick. So you know that's every time that's happening. You know, the Bunker Guardian is actually as soon as they start to get some stability. That's what it feels like maybe is needed, is lacking maybe from teams we've seen today. Stability to help with those control effects, you know?
Well, have we really seen that many control effects? At least in this
Not
game.
in these games, that's true.
But before, yeah, to be fair.
In the other series we saw before. Both Revenants pulling out their shield fires. One was more, oh yeah, I'm going to see potential down here. Nagnag is just holding on within an inch of his life. Same with Demon. Nice move from Nagnag. Look at that. Action moving behind the crates.
Knockback not connecting there. We don't see downs, but we see very low people all over the place, which could open up the possibility of a down not ending up in the rest. But the double cap is coming out here. That is not a good thing. They need to make something happen in Quarry now, or just leave.
I don't think
Otherwise, you're just wasting time.
at the moment they're on the back end. They're finding it hard to disengage here. It's not looking good for the blue team. Although they've caught Nagnag in a bit of a sandwich here. Super does push ahead, tries to get the heal off. They might be able to get a kill here, Celerius, but it's going to take a while still, and they've still not got any points coming onto the board at present. Demon very low himself, does get pursued. He pulls out the shield 5. That might have been from the pot, not sure. Nice one from Celerius Monkeys. He pulls out that Herald Elite, of course. In the end, he's going to almost go down himself.
Went over the 350 point range, but they could go for a lot, but it might actually take them more than 3.5 minutes to down the Lord.
I think so. I think you're right.
There's
Sid.
just not much damage happening in this game, or too much sustain rather, to make anything happen with that. Although the down of Celerius Monkey at least is something. Lost pretty low, can't go for the rest. Maybe looked at that almost. Got himself a little bit of heal on downside, but there we go. Second storm, 400 points. Also no real reason for them to go for the Lord. They are in a very, very comfortable lead right now. Still holding strong on that 2 cap, and even the 2v1 over on Quarry is not looking like it's going anywhere. Oh, but
No.
oh, is he actually going in stealth too long? No, just made it out of there in time. Got the cap, and now we have Sam moving over for the sustain.
Yeah, here comes Sam. Everything is okay. Here comes Canstier. Everything is okay. You know, when you've got one of those guys in your corner, you're okay. You know you're going to be all right. And you know they've done a great job of supporting their team today, enabling them to be very effective on the map. Celerius feel like the 2 druids is not working for them today. Well, in all fairness, it worked to the semi-final.
Yeah. Nothing to complain about, really. Semi-final.
It's just
That's a nice spot to be.
I mean, you know, there's still something which needs to be, maybe, you know, having 2 Revenants, like being so early in the Guild Wars 2 PvP. You know, this is the Weekly Cup. You win gems from this. You need to practice going against these, like I was going to say, like a top team. They're top team themselves. Technically, they are a top team. And, you know, it's good to try out these things against these guys to see, is this comp going to work? And this is what you guys should be doing in the chat as well. You've got almost you've just got over 450 people watching this. This is a good place for you to test your mettle and go and play against teams to work out what's going to happen. That's the same, Nick. Test your mettle. You don't know that saying.
Did you see that?
No,
Red team
wasn't
got
aware
it
of that
after all.
until now.
What? Well,
Don't start rusting?
yes, Nick.
I think I lost it now. I think I've lost it quite a while ago, actually.
Okay, so
Got one finalist. Is the other already declared? Is it going to be Vermillion? Or is it going to be that Nigerian team? And if it is, will they scam us into giving them lots of money?
Mr. Grouch is asking if the Druids were running Minstrel. They were actually running Celestial.
Yep.
And we had 2 Celestial Druids on the blue team. We only had 1 on the red. So we actually saw the 2 Druid team losing out there as well. So, is the Druid too strong?
Maybe the
Or
double
is-
druid is not the way to go.
Maybe not. I would say no, because we saw the Bunker Guardian, good old school altruistic healing Guardian, doing fantastically well, Mr. Nick. Fantastically well.
How about you go with 2 druids and then you just have... Let's go with two Berserker
Let's wait
Mesmers.
for this.
What?
No, go on. Carry on.
And then also a Berserker Thief. That would be interesting.
Well, I mean, to be honest, for Vermillion, who we're going to see next, DP Thief is working fine with their comp and the way they're playing it. I think, you know, there's still space for these things because, you know, Vermillion are in Pro League now. They would know, and they're running it. Triffin is a beast as well, so, you know. I'm interested to see if Syndranera is still going to be able to run Daredevil, if that's going to work for him. But we are going to go for a break. Just for a moment, because we do need to have a break ourselves. Grab ourselves some water. Otherwise, we are still going. We still have the final of the ESL Weekly Cup. We've been going for 3 hours now. Wow, we've been going for 3 hours now. And on the Weekly Cup. This is great. We've had 11 teams, so thank you guys for entering. Thank you for watching. But we've got Car Crashed, who used to be one of the biggest teams in Guild Wars sPvP.
Past tense.
And it passed tense indeed. And who won the first really big PvP tournament, the Guild Wars 2 PAX Invitational Tournament 2 years ago, which Mr. Grouch actually himself, who is in chat, did actually shoutcast as well. We've got some guys from the original team
Me too,
there.
but in German.
And Nick as well, yeah, that was in German indeed. Yeah, that's very, very true. Nipped in there for a little bit.
That was actually with Stettenmore. If anyone remembers him.
Yeah, definitely.
Good old times.
Okay, good old times. Now you casting with me.
Step up, step down, you decide.
We're going to a break now, so I can berate Nick in the chat. See you soon. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the ESL Weekly Cup. We have the final for you right now, Vermillion versus Car Crashed, in this epic tale of old school versus new school.
Jebro can neither beatbox nor sing.
Yep, Nick just found this out. Although he can't sing over those songs, so...
Never try and sing dubstep.
If you look into the score, the reason you are at the moment is because Car Crash beat Celerius 2-0 in the last game. We have Vermillion on the blue team. We have Car Crashed on the red team. Still with the same tag, of course, because it's still CC. But quickly, we're going to go over the Vermillion builds because we didn't see that. We saw them a while ago, which was hours ago now because this tournament has gone for a while. But we are going to go over Triffin here. He's still playing the old school. He's going for Shadow Arts here, DP Thief. The Roar and Pack rune, of course. We've got the change of the Vamp rune not being there. Alcor's been playing a Druid today as well.
Oh,
the rune, wow.
Are you sure? Alcor.
I think it's because of the class sniping, the sniping of the builds and stuff. Maybe. I mean, Berserk. That's going to be interesting.
But Berserker Druid. I kind of want to see it, but I also really don't.
Well, it means he's not going to be alive as long, Nick, if that helps. Anyway, let's just go over his traits really quickly. Still going for the same traits, really, as well. So I feel like he's going to change that back to Celestial.
Yeah, most likely.
Archie's going with Vengeance, Alchemy, and also Force Scrapper, but he's sticking with Marauder, and Holbreck there stacking his might damage, as well as going for Air, and also for Sigil of Blood there on the Hammer. And then we're going to see Curve, who's was playing Dragon Hunter before, still is going to be going for that, as well as going for Rune the Trapper, which makes complete sense, running with the 2 traps, as well as Renewed Focus. They're not going for the Elite Trap, as we saw on some of the other Dragon Hunters today, but we are going to see going for Valor, Virtues there, and also Dragon Hunter. Snowball was playing Oromancer, but he's now playing Druid. So if Alcor is... maybe they watched the last series and realised that 2 Druids was not working, so he's going to go for Berserker there. And Snowball was playing Oromancer with the Tempest before, but now he's gone over to Druid with the Monk rune and also Celestial. Used to play with Celestial and Monk on Ellie, but maybe not so much on the Druid. I'm not sure how much practice he's had on this build, but obviously he's going for the Dagger, and also he's going for the Sword and Offhand Dagger there. Okay, making a bit of a switch up from the Torch. So Nick, should we go through this red team?
Is. But wait. First off, we have Can Scout. He's on a Druid. He's Celestial and going for the Pirate rune.
In a Druid.
In a Druid? Okay. Let's just leave that there. Next up we have Super. And he's on a Candy Cane Hammer. Going with a Marauder Amulet. Of course, that beautiful Scrapper which Jebro can only rap about, but we're going to ignore the rest of the details so Jebro doesn't get lost in the build again. Now we have XD LOL, aka Posey. He's on Carrion. We've got the superior rune of aristocracy. Scepter, Dagger, Staff Reaper. Going for 2 signets. And we have shouts. Shouts all over the place. Next one, Knack R. He's a pirate, most definitely.
He's not.
The Sword Shield Devastation
God.
Herald build. With, of course, the Dragon and the Assassin stance. And then we have MIM Sam, who's on a Minstrel. Shout, Support, Bunker Guardian. I wanted to give them more adjectives, but then they readied up.
Yeah, we got the Minstrel here over on the Bunker Guardian, as you said before, which is the different change up from, of course, going for Clerics. So we're going to see the splits coming out now for these two teams. And the final was ESL Weekly Cup number 102. It's going to be a
quite
short
number
way for me to say that in the end as Snowball
and
goes for
look
the
at
close
this
gap.
defensive plays. 4 people from Car Crash moving over that mine, really expecting something quite aggressive there. Are they stealthed? Yes, they are stealthed. Are they going to... No, we have the first couple moving through. They're going to chase. One is turning around. Super still hesitating on the turnaround, and Catscown immediately goes down. Stomp attempt from RG. We don't have CC. Knack missed RG there. I don't actually... Oh, yes, he had stability. Never mind.
That was massive over on that point, taking out the Druid very, very quickly for the blue team.
Cat went through.
Still got another one on the map, though. And now we are waiting for Nag. Yeah, like you said, the cap has gone through at the moment. The point isn't capped on the UI, of course, but it is capped in real life. But it won't be for long as Nag has gone into the downstate there. Snowball now on mid, trying to sustain there for his team. Looks like he's doing quite a good job at it so far. Sam is caught there by the bow from the Dragon Hunter, of course, coming from Curve there as Alcor moves back to possibly defend here over on this mansion node. Let's just double check to see if he's gone into Berserker. Of course he's not. He's gone back into that Minstrel there as well. We haven't seen that today, actually, much coming out other than from Sam and from Alcor today.
If Posey continuously walking through the map on half HP. Apparently he doesn't need any more. Going into the
Sam.
2v1 in the middle there. Yeah, he's got Sam. He's going to be up in no time. But
team's still
not
got
really
Windmill.
that much damage coming out. Yeah, wait, how? How? Okay, respawn apparently. Just going back to the top of the map. Oh, but they might. Knack jumped off, got back on again fast enough, but his HP is a bit on the dangerous side. Maybe Super wants to move in there. Oh, he can't. He can't get close enough. Runs into the border again. Half HP down, gets the block ability. Can they get a lockdown on Super and end this quickly?
Yes, indeed. Posey just comes in potentially for the res. Yeah, that was an easy answer to that question because it happened as soon as I started talking. So there was your answer. There we go. As we go over towards the midpoint now,
That's
Sam
smart.
and Alcor are just going to be 1v1. No point in being over there for now because they'll shift focus over towards that node. Actually, Kanscar is going to stay here until Nag does get on node now. I guess in Celestial Avatar form, of course, able to put out a lot of generation of healing for himself and potentially anyone else in the area. Nag is full HP, just going over towards mid as we keep that 1v1 and the team fight.
Griffin is really doing some work. Griffin coming in, chasing Sam off. Well, but we get a bit of regen as Griffin only ranges with a short bow there. Revenant now on his back. Knack is trying to chase him down, ports to the ledge, and is gonna +1 that fight over on the windmill. Where RG should, where Canscout should present himself as an easier target, at least easier than Sam.
Yeah, indeed. That burst damage should be quite effective against him. It is indeed. +1 goes through. RG is going to be able to get that kill.
Oh yeah, and Alcor swapped to Minstrel.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
So from Berserker to Minstrel. Quite a drastic change.
But look at the trap shots coming in, and Curve does get taken out. Triffin isn't quick enough to get into the point there, and there's a lot of pressure. No one is jumping onto that trap, whether or not that's been good for the red team or not. We'll have to wait and see if they get this.
Rapper
Obviously,
Trapper.
got the kill, but they've still got the 2 side node caps, and we're going to see Posey potentially go for this 1v1. I'm not sure it's going to work against the Ranger in all honesty, especially with the respawn of Curve, who could just jump in for the easy +1, which is why Posey has probably moved over back towards that midpoint now as well. And we do have the Druid back over on this windmill point. Triffle again just coming in for the 1+ to try and end this quite quickly. And red team having trouble
Snowball still alive. Alco coming in from side, and even with the trap shots, they now have, with that trap included, 4 people committed to mid, and they're not getting anywhere. We have 2 people from the blue team coming in. Triffin from the side with the shots. Easy dodges all over the place. This is looking good for Vermillion.
Well, I don't know. They've had to bail off the node. At least they've... Oh, they're not back there. Well, not able to dodge that one, unfortunately. It looks like they've run out of dodge and run out of luck as the red team do eventually pick up the middle cap. And hopefully they're going to be able to get a kill here. Otherwise, they will lose potentially any kind of momentum they're going to get on the map now. Sam's stuck kind of in the midpoint here. Snowball thinking about his movement back into the map now.
Oh, but Posey again is the target for their choosing. They're getting back up easy, no issue there. But still double cap going on for Vermillion. It doesn't really look like the red team is going to push towards the outer points because Vermillion is just pressuring them in mid. They can't really leave anyone alone there.
Decap over on the windmill, that isn't too bad. Feels like Sam needs to be in these, really needs to be in these fights, because when they team fight in large team fights, red team Car Crash are doing a great job. And at the moment, there we go. As soon as Sam moves into this fight, it feels like they could probably take this, as long as they are able to keep mid okay. And Posey, being the Necro, he's got a lot of space to, fear and control around that mid area. So that's actually a good rotation from red coming out here. And I feel like this is going to be a bit of a change up, possibly if they can get some kills down. They really need to get this focus up. Nag is in a lot of trouble as well. Using the Guardians a bit of a camera angle there. As Curve moves in potentially to try and sandwich over on the midpoint. Oh, we have seen mid is open.
Oh, what?
No.
I just wanted to say I'm liking this from Car Crash until I saw that Super was moving from their midpoint. Just a 1v1 would have been enough against Alco there. Just keep him occupied for a bit, but keep that midpoint. They just completely lost everything they had in terms of advantage.
Yeah, completely. I mean, they knew that it was open. They've got the thief advantage here. They've got the mobility to move into point. Okay, the point is sustained now, but blue team are going to pick up that windmill cap as well unless they respawn fast and move into the map onto the windmill. Now they get the kill at least on Alcor here, but look who's moving into the point. Snowball can come in now as well, and he can sustain 1v2 for a considerable amount of time. And by the time that's happened, Alcor will respawn. He'll move into the mansion, and they will just be able to hold this point until they get plussed up from around the map. Sam now is in a 1v2 versus Curve and Triffin. That's a lot of damage. But Sam avoids quite a bit of that, actually. Just through his blocks and evades. Needs to be very careful. We're going to see trap shots coming in from the Revenant on the red team here. As Nag drops a couple of shots in mid to help out Sam, which is really, really good, actually, to just alleviate some of that pressure onto him.
And with the easy sustain there, we had Snowball almost in a precarious situation, but quick hop over to that avatar form made it easy for him to stay alive. Alco coming in then, Alco now staying on his lonesome. Triffin, however, is going to +1 that and bring some damage to the party. Only the AoE cleave right now. We've got the poison, which
the shout,
of course becomes more and more important with all the healing going on right now.
That was nice from Posey, actually. He stopped Triffin in his tracks just for a moment, just to make sure they can survive a little bit there. So it was a good time for him to use that, just spotting Triffin maybe on the side. I'm not sure if that might have been a bit of luck there, but it was a good job either way to just stop his momentum, allowing red team members to get into this node to support more fully. Sam comes over. Now, but red team are really stuck. There's no real points they can bring into this map, of course, and while the caps are coming in favor of the blue team, they need to push this somehow. Maybe Nag could have pushed over towards the windmill, but he's going to plus up here. Posey under a lot of pressure over on the mansion as well as he gets pushed off node. It looks like he's going to go down quite soon, especially if he's feared. Curve is on the side, free casting as well. No real pressure on him. Res comes out from Sam. Are they going to get it this time? He gets back up. And this is the team
equal
fight.
Team fights don't really seem to be going for them, but now they've got 4 people. They don't really have the mobility to do any quick moves.
No.
But by the looks of it, they can kind of force them into an unequal team fight. However, now the CC is good on Posey. Sam coming in for the rest, gets it easy. We have the CC coming out now, but that's a little bit too late. Can they get the follow-up kill there? Posey still quite low, half HP. They need to get the lockdown, but no follow-up really happening. Triffin in a position where I could potentially just jump on him. Might be a bit dangerous, however. Now we have some damage going on again. Curve also chasing up. We have the Immobilize. He goes back into almost a full Reaper's Shroud there. And that's going to stop them in their tracks. Big team fight again. Can they do something, or is Posey again the opening
Too
for
long
them?
over here. Too long. They've been here for so long. They're not able to get anything. The windmill is wide open as well.
They're just barely surviving.
Yeah, and they're literally sustaining. They're not getting any kills. They're not really getting much focus onto these players. And blue team are just being chill. They're just rotating one guy off point. They're trying to get the kill onto Alcor. They might get it in the end. But the thing is, by the time they do, the game's going to be over. 366 points at the moment for blue team. And it's all about the mansion for red. And they know that they need to move out. It's too late, though, in my opinion. And maybe even Super just could have run over towards the windmill here.
I think they could have actually kept them there. The only reason that car crashed now is kind of splitting up to other points is that Vermillion moved out first. They moved out. They didn't necessarily have a reason because it all went quite well. Now we have Super in a position to get the decap, as you said, but Triffin is on his heels. Well, he maybe should have taken the 1v1, but not the 2v1. The 1v1 against Curved Guardian is something that's just going to take way too long for them to make any sense of it, as we already are approaching the 400 point mark. Even 1 point capped can be your doom if you only have neutrals across the map and can't really go anywhere but just sustain on points that aren't even yours.
I guess, yeah, this is feeling like it's definitely... Again, you know, they get the res over towards this mansion node. If they were in charge of the cap before, you know, they would have come back into this. But I feel like, you know, because we've got the Thief over on the blue team, this map really benefits the Thief, you know? Really benefits the Thief. Okay, we've got the Druids. They're 2 Druids. I know they're quite strong. But even with that, you know, the Thief really is advantageous in this map just for moving around it. Just go directly through the map. No one has got that mobility on this map compared to the Thief. There's no Mesmer, there's no Thief on the red team. Very difficult for the Reds, guys, to actually get anywhere on this map.
Knack low on cooldown. Sam, in theory, he was in a position to get the heal, to get the rest there, is putting on a show. I don't even know how the first stomp didn't happen. Oh, he's in stealth. We had the stealth there. Really helped because the CC was good. Immediate CC on Sam right after the down. Good idea. But we had the save. 4 people funneling into this point. They are trying to do something. But the 2 points are just relentlessly bringing points for the blue team. It's going to be over quite quickly, and not even in this big fight, which they instigated. They started this fight and couldn't really get anything but a bit of sustain on a neutral.
The blue team are going to finish it, though, as RG gets the rampage, and really that is going to be probably the end of the game. And really, out of anything that feels like it really swayed it, I know, like I said before, you know, I know the Druid's strong. But the Thief, really, I mean, Triffin was all over this map at Pine. Really early game. And him and Curve, their work together as well, just plus running in different occasions was really, really, really part of the big influence for Blue taking this game. So what we're going to go into now is going to be Forest of Nevel, of course. Will Car Crashed be able to come back into this? Otherwise, this is potentially the last game of this final of the ESL GW2 Cup, number 102, the weekly. Still going on for many weeks, many years.
Many years? Okay.
It has been many years. 2. Precisely.
Okay.
Precisely 2.
So 2 years is your definition of many?
Too many.
Well, at least it's been more than 1 year, which I think is already an achievement. Consistency is the key.
Yeah.
Consistency is the key to getting a lot of caps in.
I mean, we're just waiting for the guys to get ready up here. So, I mean, I guess we've got the two kind of bunkers. We've got the two Rangers bunking on the blue team at present. We've got the bunker Guardian. In the last game, obviously, we had two Rangers in this setup for the opposite team that were going up against Car Crash. Car Crash have to change something right now. Whether or not they change Sam onto a Druid or whether or not they try and get someone to play Thief is another option. But I'm not sure who will play Thief on that side. We're just going to have to wait and see.
I want to see a Mesmer.
Posy's going to play Necro, right? Kenscott's going to play Ranger. Nagnag's still in here with Super. And also Sam. Doesn't look like they've changed in at all, actually, at the moment. It's nice
Sam could maybe go Dragon Hunter. Oh wait,
maybe, but
has he? No, he hasn't been on Dragon Hunter, right? That was straight up bunker guard.
I mean, you got to give it to Curve as well. Like, he won most of... when he was in a 1v1, he was winning most of the time. Like, actually, I think he won every single one when he got into that situation. Like, he either won them by killing them or he drove them away. Which is a win, you know. And mostly that was against Super, you know. I mean, and there's this thing where people are still learning how to deal with stuff, how to deal with, how do we deal with a Dragon Hunter? How do we deal with that trap coming in? How do we survive that control?
The Dragon Hunter looked a lot scarier about 1 week ago. Yeah,
oh my god. On Sunday, it was devastating. But today, we've seen that people can survive this. Like, the traps are powerful, but once they run out, they have to stick on the edges of the fight. They can't be directly involved. They're playing with a longbow as well. So, they can be picked out because they're not involved in so much cleave. They can easily be taken out on the side. Not easily, though, if they're, supported by someone like Triffin. For example, when we were on Mansion, we saw the, blinding powder coming out from Triffin just so Curve could reposition, That was really nice. And they were in a massive team fight where he could free range onto point. Red couldn't come off the node too much. They couldn't put too much focus on, just in case CC came out and they lost the node that had been so long, trying to fight over. So I like the synergy of Vermillion. I think, a lot of it is to do with the communication and being, consistency in the game, as well as potentially the builds that they're bringing out today. And maybe we can see something coming out from... Whoa! I think we've got a Blackjack coming in.
We've got a Blackjack. We've got a Jigglypuff, to be exact, and that means Dagger Celestial Elementalist.
He's going to be replaced... He's going to be replacing Nagnag here.
Yeah.
Who will be leaving the arena, indeed.
We've got more sustain.
Yeah. More sustain. Let's just go quickly over these builds. I'm just going to run through the traits. There you go. Hammer coming out from RG, of course. He's going to be going Inventions, Alchemy, and also for Scrapper there. Oh, finally crashed there. Going to go to the DB Thief. He's going to be running Deep Dagger Pistol, of course, with Pack, Marauder, Deadly Arts, Shadow Arts, Trickery. Then we're going to Alcor. He's going to be running Minstrel probably still with Rune of Svarnir as well. He's going to be also going for Wilderness Survival, Beastmaster, and Druid. If you remember, we had Vamp Form, and now even some more survivable, being in that block of ice for 5 seconds is going to be very beneficial for the survival of the team and himself. Monk Rune coming out from Snowball here, as well as the Celestial Amulet, going a little bit different, but going for Nature Magic, Wilderness Survival, and also for Druid. And we are just waiting for Curve Guard. He's playing Dragon Hunter here as well, and he's going for Valor, Virtues, and also Dragon Hunter. For Piercing Light, also with Hunter's Determination and Heavy Light there as well. Then we've gone for Super here, who will be going for the Scrapper, as well as Explosives, Alchemy, and also Scrapper, of course, which is what I just said. Sneak Gyro coming out from him, as well as Slick Shoes, Nades, and also Toolkit there. Posy's going to be playing a Might Stacking Condition, Reaper, Necro, of course, as well. Going for 2 shouts, because we're using a shout heal as well before in another game. We're going for the Staff. He's going obviously with the Scepter and offhand dagger here, but it's building up Might Stacking through his Signets, as well as through the Reaper trait line as well.
Was he on Signet of Vampirism before?
Yes,
I think he had at one point he had the shard in.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe just a slight change.
Ken Scott's going to be going for Beast Mastery. He's also going to be going for Wilderness and a Druid there for the Ranger, of course, as well. Going for Pirate with Celestial. Still going for 2 glyphs. Jiggly looks like he's going for Dagger old school with the Svanir here as well. He's going for that Arcane Water and of course Fire for the Blinding Ashes. And then Made in Meta Sam, which is, you know, he's coming from the meta here with the Altruistic Healing. Pure Voice, of course, with that, with the Elite Shout to help quickness. In terms of their resing and survival, Sam is very much important. And of course, you know, for Nika in the old Stronghold mode there as well.
Which is important to check that.
Yeah, definitely. Just jumping onto that third tab. You know, it's a thing. But if you just joined us for the ESL Weekly Cup here, we are very happy to see you. We are we're going to see Car Crash versus Vermillion here in the final potential game of this tournament. It's been great to have you. Looking forward to heading into this last couple of games and giving you some awesome action, of course, as always. Nick's going to go through the splits for us.
And by the placement of the gate, it looks like we're going to have a double druid. Well, at least one druid is going to decide to go on close, and another druid from the red team is going to join him in an endless 1v1. Although at least there's Celestial, so there is a chance that someone dies, and they're very hesitant of really committing to anything here. Team, oh, and that's a good decision from Car Crash, because 3 people are moving into the close point in stealth. Maybe Curve giving it away a bit quick, but he wanted to keep that cap. Only 2 people staying, so we have a 2v2, a 1v1, and a 2v2 going on mid. However, this is kind of split into a 1v1 off point between Triffin and Posey.
I'm kind of surprised that Super didn't use his reveal on this toolkit a little bit earlier then, because they didn't know where they were, and they were probably going for that cross. I mean, maybe he thought about not wasting it, but it's such a low cooldown that he probably could have used that to make sure they didn't get so controlled early on in that mind fight there. Jiggly is doing an okay job here, 1v2, just sustaining and trying to keep the point contested at present as well. 5 points only coming in, that is from the kill from Super, of course.
Triffin, at least, with a good chase here, is keeping up the pressure. But doesn't look like the combination of a druid can nuke them down. Sooner or later, he is going to die. Last dodge. There we see a Heartseek and a couple of auto attacks. Just to be safe, poison on there. Not really necessary. But we have Super coming in from the side. Triffin takes damage. He's going to take his place. We can't go for a rest there. He's just going to go for the neutral. Already 2 down. So we had Jigglypuff. We had before that, who went down? Was it Sam?
Ooh. Sam's going to rise here.
No, Sam is still there.
Again, they're able to sustain, but what are they actually doing here? They're not able to get the kills. They're just going to keep killing them, giving them the 5 points, almost as if they've got a cap over here. Maybe not as quick, of course, but still, red team, unless they pass one.
Delaying the inevitable.
Jiggly comes in for the more further sustain. Super is taking.
This is also no damage.
There's also no damage, and he leaves that fight there. And I'm not sure where, I mean, at the moment, he's just going to try and stop what's going on from Triffin moving over towards the mine node. Knows where he's moving to at the moment as well. RG doesn't need to run that stealth gyro because there's no thief on the opposite team and it's only the NG running the stealth gyro as well. And it's going to be kind of obvious where they're moving. So he can move in towards that, that Elixir X as well. Now Jiggly quite low himself as he's having a few troubles here. He is part of this Car Crash roster, of course. Oh, he's going with the old school DD. Triffin.
He's staying with what is familiar and definitely still good. Don't see the Tempest coming out here, but
only once today. Yeah.
No looking down on the Dagger Ellie.
The curve does go down state here actually as well. As Made in Meta Sam does potentially go for the rest. Shadow Refuge comes out. We don't have that a lot at the moment coming out in the last couple of tournaments, and that was influential there. And they don't go for the burst on Posey. Get him down quite easily as Curve has got his cooldowns when he comes back out of that state. Shadow Refuge back with Triffin as well, and they do get the confirmed kill onto Posey there as well. Jigglypuff really is in a bit of trouble. Svanir Rune does proc, they're putting him into ice. You can change through your attunements, which means he can really sustain himself. So that Rune, a good choice for him in the end. We did see that played before the Heartthorns release, of course. Snowball in a lot of trouble over towards this Henge node.
This is a good move.
It is a very good rotation from the team. Will they be able to take the kill though?
From both teams, actually. Well, Snowball is fine again. So that solved itself
Celestial
fairly
works.
quickly. We have Jigglypuff coming into the side, so now they're moving for the sustain game on the other side. They have enough classes they can sustain. So again, keeping 2 neutrals, but that midpoint, someone needs to do something against it, and apparently that someone is named Super. No one really tried to contest that. That's going to be an easy decap, 100 points, maybe 110 until he gets the decap. And the rest is just, I don't see much happening here.
Oh, Archie, in the tornado form with the Elixir S, just knocks Sam right off the point, and he's just chasing Posey. He's not in real any like danger here, and Posey is permanently running, unfortunately, at the moment. He's not able to be so offensive, and he can't do much against the engineers. Seems like that Scrapper trait is doing pretty well against him at the moment. And yeah, Posey having all sorts of problems, but he might be okay in a bit of time, maybe until we see that Thunderclap dropped, and also the Elixir X Pro, which I think is still so strong. And to be honest, he's going to be one of those good bunker killers, if possible, in the future, unless we see another.
I just want to emphasize that even though we have car crashed here, sustaining the neutrals all over the place, they still have 0 points. They have not gotten a kill, they have not gotten a cap for a second, nothing. They were completely denied, and I feel like
Got no end game.
Vermillion is actually kind of playing the 0 game. They don't need to do anything right now. They just need to keep these small scrimmages going on the side. But they're even going for the +1. They're going for the downs on the mid node. They're following up on Jigglypuff. I don't think Triffin himself will chase down Jigglypuff. That's going to be another sustain game over on the midpoint. If they maybe not get the cap here. Can he hold him off? Nope. You see that teleport going on onto the midpoint. So 111 points. And we have Triffin going back in. He might be more useful on, well, either the, not really the henge fight. Yeah, I think he wants to go to the mine.
I was about to say, you know the saying, there's no school like the old school. At the moment, Vermillion are taking them to school and showing them that, you know, you guys need to maybe get a little bit more practice in, because at the moment we are kicking some serious butt here.
Can't just come in here after that, that long of a break. Try and show the old guys what's going on.
Yeah, well, I'm confident that we'll see Car Crash coming back. It's not over, but it feels like it is, because they're just not getting anything out of this game at the moment. They're not able to get a kill. I don't think they've got a kill at the moment either. If they have, it's 1. They've got nothing coming out, no answer to this at the moment for the red team. It's very sustained.
Well, they have 0 points, so they have no kill.
It's... Yeah, of course. Dirt. Massive
Not really
dirt.
that much of a question about.
Massive
We had a couple of kills going on the side of Car Crash.
I didn't even look up at the score. That's the thing. I've been trying to focus so hard on this mine fight.
Posey down in a second. He's still able to survive for the time being, but he's gonna go down in a bit into that death shroud form there. Sustain it, can't delay the inevitable, but the pressure's gonna get him. Sam for the rest, however, we see the storm coming out, and that's not enough damage. Keep him down. Even Triffin couldn't do it.
That's what happens when you're old, you see. It's not to lose your marbles, is it? Super now has to disengage as well. It's an English term, it's a thing. Anyway, here over on this mine point, still got the lead.
I know that term, I just didn't know where it came from suddenly. But okay, you're a bit stuck in the past, as old people do.
Yeah,
we still pretty much have the same things going on, but now Curve Guardian actually is, well, I would say, taking a bit of a daring step and plus wanting to fight over on mine, but even if they get decapped on keep, they don't really need to fear much. They have enough of a lead and enough of, well, nothing really happening from the side of Car Crash.
He can push, like, because he's got the support from his team. Whereas at the moment, you know, Car Crash have got good team survival, but they've got no answer in terms of damage that's going to come out and going to be able to do a lot of burst onto this blue team at the moment. They're not able to finish anything. They can't even chase Curve. They can't even chase RG at the moment, who are going to be 2 of the best targets, really.
And they also don't have any ability of quick rotations.
Nope.
And any rotation they could even attempt is going to be answered by a thief, porting past and laughing manically.
Even a Mesmer would be really, really useful in this situation.
That was the word I was looking for. So we see the attempt of the decap, and nope, Triffin is on there. Who would have thought? So slowly, that 1 point, with a point every 2 seconds is creeping up and extending the lead. RG right now keeping that 1 point. Triffin just with the cluster bombs. He's really loving the short ball right now, because it's still enough to keep a bit of pressure going,
Yeah,
and kind of prepare for the burst, and he doesn't need to be scared of any eventual lockdown happening, of any AoE damage, putting too much pressure on him. He can just range a bit and wait for stuff to happen. As Super goes down on the side, he has a blind out, gives him a bit of damage, not really going for the stomp, because, I mean, why should he? Just smash him a bit. Left and right and left and right.
Alcor and Sam know there's nothing they're going to be able to do, so they're just going to stand in there 1 versus 1, realizing that until someone +1s that, nothing's going to change. Posey comes over towards the side as well now, trying to offer up some cleave damage on this point, using that staff, of course. Archie just comes up with a tornado. No real damage coming in to him at all, even though he's running that. And then Posey coming into that Reaper's Shroud as well. The fight looks like it's starting to take a little bit of a turn into the red team's favor now. Snowball just disengages. You can see it starts to regenerate quite well here. Jiggly does try to put on some pressure. Posey does pull out the fear as well, and that might be enough. No! Still survives that Snowball. What a beast. As he comes around the side. No, we're talking about the Druid here, but still. And then he gets into the Avatar, and then that's it. It's all over. Full HP. He is a monster, and blue team can just absolutely obliterate this node and finish the rest of this game pretty easily, in my opinion, with 0 kills coming out from Car Crashed, having members not only from the first Invitational coming out from PAX, but of Jigglypuff, who did win with Orange Logo, the WTS, of course, in the Boston. And Vermillion are looking good, and looking forward to seeing those guys in the Pro League. I know it might sound like I'm talking a bit early.
Well, the Vermillion is really a team that, until now, it seems like they've got themselves into the new classes, the specializations, fairly quickly. They seem very comfortable with them already, and seem to have adapted a bit more quickly than other teams.
Yeah, really. Like
even Orange Logo to a
even
degree,
Orange Logo,
and Dragons had, at least in Go 4, had some flaws going on here and there.
Feels like these guys, I mean, I know I've been talking to RJ, I know like a lot of these guys are scrimming a lot at the moment, and it is even more important that they do this. And but even Car Crasher would want to be looking towards getting in towards this qualifying at least for the Pro League. You know, it's something they could definitely get into. They could beat the other teams.
Guard almost going down. I think right now they're really playing to 0, but we have the first down. He's still in stealth, and Triffin in a good position to get that rest, but that's going to be the first point for
5
them.
points, Hop!
Oh, the first point comes in after only how long? 12 minutes.
So your maths is bad, and so is mine.
Yeah.
It's been a long card. We're doing good today, guys. We're doing good.
The first point is there. It's still not going to be enough. They need a miracle to come back from this. They need to suddenly roll over this. They didn't get the first kill. They kind of juked the cap out of them with a downstate and then a pretty good immobilize on a thief that just barely wasn't in range to get to go for the rest there.
I think Curve needs to kill people more. I'm disappointed in Curve.
Okay.
I'm joking. It's a joke.
Curve needs to kill more.
He needs to kill more people. We need more death. Bring it. Bring the death. It's okay. It's all good.
Just like that.
Not just the half death. Full death.
The full death. The full death indeed. And this is, you know, I mean, it's to a degree, it's not even just the sturdiness of having the 2 druids. You know, I mean, they're not able. Well, it's got a lot to do with it, especially when you're having 2 amazingly awesome players playing on 2 very supporty specs. The roles that they are very much used to, they've just switched over to druid, and it feels very strong. So they hold these nodes, and we get the decap over on mid pretty easily as well, by the looks of things. Curve is there in a 1v2 at the moment. He gets supported by RG over on the side. We know this is over. RG comes in for a lot of burst damage potentially onto Jigglypuff, laying down that thunderclap and coming in with that vulnerability stacking, of course. Svani still paying off quite well for good old Jigglypuff there. But in the end, he's going to be off node so long that the point does get fully capped in their favour.
This
Red
is a
team's hype.
GG, mathematically impossible right now for Car Crash to turn it around. Right now, every little bit of fighting is just kind of a thing of pride, not giving up, sticking to their guts. And maybe also just a bit more practice. I mean, that's I think one of the things why the Weekly Cup makes so much sense. It's something a little bit different than just setting up scrims. You're in a tournament situation.
Yeah, there's no pressure in scrims. There's no pressure at all. I mean, you know, other than the fact that you know that you're going to come up against these teams in Pro League, but in the tournament situation, there's, you know, I mean, even in the Weekly Cup, there's still pride. There is gems, but there's pride. You know, we beat Car Crash, we beat these guys.
Yeah.
And
Car Crash, even though, admittedly, they got a bit of a thrashing here. Still, Vermillion is not going to be in. It's not going to take part in the contest to get the spots in the Pro League because they're already in. So they don't need to face this team, for example. They don't need to face Orange. No rank 55, and no. I'm blanking on the name. Who's the fourth? Help me.
sorry.
Who's the fourth team in Pro League?
Oh. Oh my good lord. Orange Logo, Vermillion, Dragons, and also, oh my god, it's just gone through my head.
Same as I.
Why has it just gone through my head? Is it because it's 11 PM at night?
It might be. That might have a slight factor onto that.
Onto that indeed. But we will have...
Oh, TCG!
I thought you said the 4 teams just then, sorry.
What?
Oh my god, I thought you just remembered.
No,
Wow.
yeah, I did.
You can tell
TCG.
I'm with it tonight. Yeah, I thought you'd said that.
No, I did not.
My bad. Sorry about that.
Your listening skills.
Well,
How
I've
the
been doing
hell are
enough
you a
listening
therapist?
Today. I've had like many therapists today. My listening skills cannot be drawn into effect. Otherwise, I couldn't do my job. So thankfully, it's tiredness. All right, I'll just go in with that one.
Sure.
So, yeah, sorry. How could we forget Halseth? Honestly.
Well, Helseth has
Might or
been
might not have been
showing
joking
his
about that.
his. Helseth has been showing his face in a couple of different teams, but of course he's gonna stick with
gonna say bring on
TG,
Hot
stick
Fruit.
with his own team.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so we're going to jump to cams very quickly, but we are going to end this quite soon because it's been a bit of a night for us here.
That is.
Whew. Feels like summer, isn't it? So, guys, thank you very much for coming to watch the ESL Weekly Cup. Congrats to Vermillion for taking first position. Congratulations to Car Crash as well for taking second. Thank you very much for coming to
The
watch
first
and join
tourney
us.
back.
Yeah, the first tourney really properly back as well. It's pretty good. Defeating, you know, Celerius Esports as well as some other teams on their way up. But Vermillion, again, proving how good they are. They're entering every tournament they can get into at the moment. They are consistent in our scene. And you would argue easily one of the top teams. Well, they are one of the top teams, as they are in Pro League. But I would even, you know, risk to say maybe top 2. Maybe top 2. Maybe. Could they're just below. Just.
Well, I'd say
I think they could beat them on a good day.
They might have a bit of an advantage over Orange right now in terms of just adjusting to the new stuff a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that plays out.
But there's a good chance.
Definitely
we could see
within the
it.
top 4. I think
Oh, well,
yeah,
yeah.
that's it. And
Okay.
since TCG is kind of all over the place right now.
Yeah, well,
Also
that's
top 3.
that's another story indeed. So, guys, much love to everyone in the viewing area that is Twitch chat and Twitch.
Viewing error.
We'll see you very soon. That was a good joke, Q. I like it. That was a good joke. Okay, we'll see you very soon for the ESL Weekly Cup number 103. That's next Thursday. Don't forget there is no Go for Guild Wars 2 Cup on Sunday, so make sure you're getting involved in all the action on the ESL from the EU side of things. Make sure you're entering because in the next week or so we'll start to have everything coming up. You know, you've got raids, we've got Pro League starting, we've got all the fun stuff. But otherwise, I've been Jebro. This has been Chronic. We're going to give you a little salute goodbye, and we'll see you very soon. Take it easy. See you later.
Alligator.
Yeah, nice job. They get down Ambra there as well. Low to cleave. They need to really get some kills
Oh,
here.
the interrupt.
No, that's good job
Firebox
actually for the
down.
blue team. Oh my god, red team
Nicky
have
Sheepy
committed
coming
so
in from the
hard.
side. He's got the AoE stealth. Are they aware
No
of it?
way.
Yes, the thief is aware. He got a
What?
bit of a random hit. They got him back up. Ambra, however, still dead on point.